rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Salute, Culley.
Salute.
Salute to the Blorange Tears fam. What's good? What's happening?
Machiavelli, welcome. What up, bro? What up, little brother?
Man, we here.
We here.
Yeah, we got plenty of content. I mean, we behind schedule. We got like 2 previous games we just ran into, so there's plenty to talk about. I mean,
hello, Geraldine. How you doing today? Knicks 100 a GM. Salute. How you doing, Curly? How you doing, Geraldine?
Salute, Machiavelli Wealthy. What's good? All right, so let's jump right into it then. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that first game with Randall being out, and Obi taking his spot.
Now I told y'all, so I told y'all. Obi maybe starting in his spot. I told you.
Yeah, you called it. I was like, man, leave the second unit alone. Just let them be, let them run. And then, yeah, you called it. I mean, I can't say nothing about it. But
was that the one that just passed? Was that the one that was yesterday?
No, that was the first one. So, like I said, we 2 games behind. So that I kind of want to bring it back since we had, like I said, we got plenty of content to talk about. So okay. that was Obi guarding Kuz. That was the Washington game.
Right.
So that was Saturday when Obi had to guard Kuz, and then RJ had to guard Beal.
Right.
I mean? And Beal's a shooting guard, so RJ's playing the 3 right now, but it really doesn't matter. We knew he was going to guard those wings, no matter who it was. So whoever the best player is, whether he's a 2 or 3, RJ is going to get at it.
Right.
So it was nice to see RJ going after an all-star, and for the most part, RJ held his own. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he stayed in front of him. We knew that he was going to get picked, and he was going to have to go chasing him, and for the most part, like I said, he held his own. There was one point where Beal was on the corner, and he was trying to shake and bake, and he was trying to get to the rack. And RJ stood in front of him, and then here comes Kemba getting in the way. Beal had already lost the ball, and then Kemba comes through trying to grab it, and pause, and he just fouled him. Like, the shot clock was going down, and he had him. He had him on shackles, and Kemba came and ruined the whole thing. But like I said, for the most part, he held his own. So I was proud to see RJ out there on one of the best guards in the league. So what'd you feel about that? How'd you feel about his defense on Beal?
RJ, RJ, man, he's ready to lock into being that 3 and D, man. Like, he taking exception to it. So I loved it, man. He likes that role. That's what he wants to be. He wants to be part of a piece that helps the team. So that's the vibe that I get from RJ. Shout out Soulfinger. What up, my guy? Yeah, that's the vibe.
Soulfinger, salute. Appreciate the support. It was good. So yeah. I was impressed with RJ. He's still not finishing at the basket. I mean, like, oh man, that was one of the things I was hoping RJ would work on in the summer. We had that combo, a couple of weeks ago about things he should have worked on, and those are some of the things he said he was going to work on: finishing to the basket, working on his handle, making sure it was tight. And I didn't see none of that. He has the strength to get to the cup at any time. What I don't understand is when he's on a fast break, why not slow down? You know what I'm saying? Extend out and kind of let them run into you while he's in the air to create that contact. Because he's not, or the angle where you use that right shoulder, you extend with the left, use that left and use the glass so it goes in. Like he's doing the same thing over and over and over, like expecting different results. That's what they say. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. And those are just like kind of the small things that I wanted RJ to work on that he's not really doing any better this year. What you think about that?
Machiavelli said he liked your jersey. He said that jersey fire.
Thank you. That's the old school. This is a Spreewell one, so I had to rock it. I should have waited for Halloween and then rocked it then.
And then Soulfinger said, "I am with you on that, Sub. However, I know he will." I think so. I think he'll get the contact part right because you know what, Sub? I agree. That's a big thing we all notice. RJ is missing what they call it, the bunnies.
Yeah,
RJ is missing the bunnies. You know what I'm saying? And I look at him when he takes somebody off the dribble, and his take is like he takes somebody so well off the dribble to the basket that I assume that like when he lets it go, when he does the layup, that he's gonna finish it strong, but it just misses by a little. And I'm like, he's gonna get there. I look at it like I'm not even worried about it. I'm like giving him confidence he's gonna get there because it's a good take. There's no way you don't get better taking a guy off the dribble and getting there and just. It's not like he's like making a wild shot. It's like it's right there. It's just not. Right. It's just not hitting off the backboard and going in. So it's right there. He's just, the last guy that played for the Knicks that every time he shot the ball, I said, okay, that's going in. Was Melo. That was the last guy. Melo was just a professional scorer. So RJ, like he's gonna be the next guy I look at every time he takes somebody off the dribble when he lets it go. When he takes him off the dribble and he lays it up, I'm going to say, okay, that's good. He's going to be the next guy. His takes are so strong, but yes, he's missing his bunnies. Yes, he got to stop missing the bunnies. He's taking them well enough. He put the weight on. He has the weight. So he just has to finish. He'll get there. I think he'll get there. I think he'll make the adjustment. He'll put the craftiness together. He'll make it. There's a few times in the season I saw him make it. He has to. He'll get there consistently. Consistently will make him a superstar. It'll make him an all-star. I'm not gonna say superstar yet. The consistency of him making that layup, that same one that we talk about right now, that'll make him the all-star that he should be. Right now, he's a solid player. Him missing and all that stuff, him shooting, him being able to shoot, he's a solid, shooting guard, small forward. But right now, once he gets that layup, that'll make him the all-star he should be. That'll show the versatility that we should know him for. Not only shooting a spot up, but taking guys off the dribble, getting to the cup. That'll show the all-star prowess that we want to see. That'll make him the all-star. Yes, I think he surprised himself when he goes because he's so open. He goes so, yeah, like he's right there. He's right there. I can't, you know what I mean? I don't know what's the problem. He might be overthinking right when he gets there. Exactly, Soulfinger. He might be overthinking. Like, oh shoot, like what I'm saying. RJ has, he has the tools. He just gotta finish it. That's all. Once he gets there, once he starts doing that consistently, all-star. I'm not going to say superstar yet. Superstar, it's a lot to be in a superstar. When you're a superstar, you impact the game. That's a superstar. He don't impact the game yet. But however, he'll get there. You know what I mean? He'll get there. You saw the other games, Sub?
Oh, yeah, I saw both games, of course. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching
I said before, right?
Yeah, the Pistons one. But
okay.
Yeah. So we're kind of. I was kind of just going backwards on the Wizards. So we got plenty of time and plenty of content. So I'm just
trying
to
content. You have
we gonna be on here for a minute, so we might as well start from the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
right. Yeah, no, that's a fact. I knew we'd have plenty of content once them games kicked in. Then we got a game tomorrow.
Right.
Was it the Wizards?
Yeah, the Wizards one more time.
But we'll get to that later. We'll get to that.
Yeah. But the other thing was that, RJ going against Bill, and Bill being a smaller player, period, he was able to post them up, and that was something we didn't really see too much last year. So he was on the block, posting up Bill, giving him a little spin, fade away. He missed one of them, and then I believe he made the other one. But he was, he was trying to show different things, of what he could do instead of just, same old things. And that was one of the things I wanted RJ to work on, and he just took advantage of it. When you have a smaller player on you, you want to back them up, and then go strong, to the rack. So I was happy to see that, and like I said, he did it twice. One of them he was off balance, but yeah, it's just noticing little things like that. He's adding to the bag, on RJ. But like I said, he was guarding Bill. Obi was out there. It was nice to see Obi. Obi was in a lot of transition. You know what I'm saying? Like I like seeing Obi out in open court. Obi that's his game. He needs to be out there,
right?
Running and gunning. So when they do that, he doesn't have time to think. He's just reacting on his strengths, and
right.
Yeah. So he was able to score 13 points that game. So if he continued to do that, and he was second in minutes with RJ. So I mean, he took Randall's spot and took Randall's spot in minutes and was second in scoring, and he had 8 boards that game too. So I mean, that's pretty good for his first starting game to be averaging, getting 13 points and 8 boards. So I was impressed with that. And then he was just back on defense. There's one point he was guarding the center. He was guarding was it Culley Olynyk? Yeah, he was guarding. Yeah, he was guarding Culley Olynyk. So I mean, to hold your own on the center. I mean, Culley Olynyk's not one of those athletic centers, anyways.
Right. He's a stretch 5.
He's more stretch 5. Yeah, he's more that stretch 5. So I mean, but still though, he was down there in the paint.
I saw it. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, little things like that. Little things, Oh, and that hard screen. Did you see that hard screen that he set on Holiday, and Holiday went flying?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that one? Woo! I was like, from now on, that's how you set a screen. I want everybody to set screens on opponents like that. Like, you set a screen on them like that. You set a screen on them like that. For real though, I'll take a page out of Obi's book on that one. I was hype on that move. I was like, ooh, he had him flying. Yeah, that was like one of the highlights of Obi's game. I enjoyed watching that day.
Man. Oh, salute Tone Wu. What up, brother? And yeah, Machiavelli said RJ is capable of being a two-way slasher. Yeah. I really want him to take punish and abuse small players when he get a team. Yeah. What up, Marcus 5160? And what up, CWC? Salute. What up, Quiet Money? Salute.
Salute, Quiet Money. What it do, my G?
Salute, Sherwin. Holiday is 6 foot 8, 180 pounds. No, yeah, I mean Obi made him fly. Yeah, I remember the screen. I remember.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a minute, so you got to think for like that far back, because we just had that game fresh in our brain from last night. So it's like, oh yeah. But that's kind of one I wanted to turn back the hands of time and just bring that one back, and just Obi getting his first start, switching up the roster. Yeah, I mean, and then IQ gets that little buzzer beater, kind of like he did in Summer League, that little step back where the defender went flying.
Right. Yeah.
So they had that little step back. So I mean, it was just little things like that.
RJ, one thing I wanted to say about RJ before, RJ, he's just gonna have to like being a two-way player, like that's just something he's gonna have to balance. He'll get it though. He's gonna have to balance, like, limiting his opponent to a lesser field goal percentage, and pretty much outplaying his opponent. He'll get there, because once he starts getting them layups, once he starts, he already knocks down the open shot. So once he starts getting those, once he starts taking guys off the dribble and getting those layups, to take you off the dribble layups, the bunnies, and I'm not worried about him with the shots. But once he starts getting those layups, he'll be a real threat, because he could already take somebody off the dribble. So once he takes you off the dribble, gets to the basket, finishes, and hits those shots, he'll be a real elite two-way player in the league. Very elite. You know what I mean? Very.
Yeah, I was just expecting his handle to be a little tighter than it was last year from having the off season. Because there was a time where he went behind the back and it just wasn't fluid.
Right.
Like and I mean he tries it. He got it from one hand to the other, but it wasn't smooth. So I mean he needs to keep working on that. And it's always, one bounce. He don't waste no time. He just makes one move and gets going. So yeah, I mean that's just another thing I want him to be working on. If he's gonna get to the cup, don't be. I don't want people to just know what he's gonna do and just switch it up a little bit.
Right. What up, Sherwin? Sherwin said, "Obi fans look for anything to praise him." Dude said, we ain't praising Obi, man. I do like what I see from Obi though. He looks a little more he looks very a lot more confident, from last season. And I like that. He's gonna have to back Randall up. I'm not dependent on Taj to do it. I'm not dependent on any other power forward to do it. I'm dependent on Obi to do it. Randall gotta sit sometime. Randall has to sit at some point, and somebody gotta be ready to to score. And Obi, the better Obi gets, he'll be ready to come in the game and drop buckets. Athleticism. He's not the best defender, but he'll learn. Nobody comes into the league perfect. Nobody. So, Obi will get there. Knicks on the low are getting calls too from refs. Yeah, I can say that. Yeah, it's all automatic once you get those down. Yeah, so yes, once you get those down, it's automatic. What up, Quiet Money? Salute. Tibbs Knox looks better than Obi. He does. I will say Knox looks good. I don't know about. I guess you could say better. Knox looks good though. Knox has been a surprise. What do you think of Knox, Sub?
So last time we was on the show, I was like, I wash my hands with Knox. Now it's only been 2 games,
right?
But to me, I feel like Knox is a spot up shooter,
right?
Just one dimensional. Open. He has to be open because when he rushes his shot, he's not squared up. He's off balance, and the shot doesn't have that much arc on it when he releases it. But when he's open, it's money all day. Now so that's one thing about Knox. If you get him in the game in situational minutes and kind of hide him on the defense, then okay. But he still can't get to the basket. There's times where he's penetrating to the cup and a defender stops him.
Mm-hmm.
He's either, he doesn't panic and lose his dribble, but he tried like a wraparound pass to Sims. The bounce pass didn't get to Sims, so Sims kind of had to go to it and do his pump fake and go up. But yeah, to me, he's just going to be a 3-point specialist. If Knox, when he was guarding, who was it? Who was the other 3-point shooter? Bertans. When he was guarding Bertans, remember how we talked about Obi knowing his opponent and knowing that he could take him to the cup and off the bounce and he did a nice little crossover spin move. Bertans was doing the same thing to Knox. Now Bertans is a 3-point shooter specialist, and he was like, I could take this cat off the bounce anytime. And that's what he was doing. He was cutting through screens. Real talk though, he was cutting through screens, getting to the hoop any given time he wanted. And that's the thing about Knox is his feet are too slow. It's like he's wearing 3-size
shoes.
Yeah, he's shoes that are too big for his feet.
Shoes, right?
He got them Ronald McDonald shoes. Hold on, I'm not done though. I'm trying to come in. I'm about to get to a good point.
PWC said, my man, Charlie Ward Cousins said, Tibbs need to play Grimes and Broadmoor, see what they got in the real NBA game. We already know what the old school. No, I can agree. Charlie Ward Cousins, salute my man DSJ. What up, my guy? No, I can agree. Charlie Ward Cousins. I want to see them too. Start them at the beginning of the fourth or the end of the third. Something. Put them in. But I know Tibbs, he's trying to establish winning habits early. That's Tibbs. He wants to establish that early as possible. That's just Tibbs for you. Machiavelli Wealthy said, you ain't got to come into the league perfect, but you got to be ready to ball. That's a fact. Just like Knox, you got to be ready every time to let it fly. Every time. Anybody got to be ready to ball. It don't matter how good you are. You ain't got to be perfect, exactly. You got to have that dog in you. I will agree with that. Not everybody has a dog in them, but that's where situations come into play. That's where some guys need to have different situations. But you should be a dog though. If you're gonna get to the NBA, you got to be a dog. Like you got to be ready to have your number called. You can't be laid back in the NBA. You can't be like that. You got to be ready to play. That's definitely a fact. Knox can put the ball on the floor. We got you, Boogie, J Boogie. Top 5 that are allowed. Just saw preseason games. Nah, we ain't doing that. Long Island Sam, salute. I'm just getting to some of the comments.
Hey, Culley, I sent them the link already.
Oh, okay.
I was waiting on them to show up backstage.
Oh, okay. My bad. Quiet Money said AZ is one of my all-time favorites. That's mine too. I actually jacked that from him because I actually knew some real G's. I didn't know Flash, but because it always brings some unwanted attention. Nah, that's my guy. AZ is my guy. Anytime I see Sherwin M make a comment, I know it's going to be criticism on Obi Toppin. Sherwin M wants a 6'9" small forward like we all do. What do we just cut? Dwayne Bacon. We'll get to that. Knox will pass when he sees an open teammate. Yes, Obi will force the dribble. Oh, I do. I will say though, I want Obi to get his buckets. Knox got to be more aggressive. It's no way that you tall and athletic not get into the cup. I agree with that too. 6'7". I thought he was 6'9", 6'8". I agree. He's still athletic though. You can't be athletic like that, all lengthy, and you can't get to the cup. You got to be able to get to the cup. All that just spot up shooting and you that tall. No, if you that tall, if you can't get to the cup and you're tall as Knox, if you can't get to the cup and you're built like Knox, you have to be able to play defense. If you can shoot like that, like Knox can shoot, I'll give him that. He can shoot. But if you can play defense, then you'll get minutes on the floor. You can't just be able to shoot and that's it. No, you got to be able to do something else. You got to be versatile in this league. So if he was to come into the game, guarding the best guy, slowing him down, okay. And then, hitting the spot-up shots, okay. That's a 3-and-D guy right there. But you come in the game and you just shooting, all right, cool. Like we knew that since you got drafted that you could shoot. But you gotta add a little more. We need some dog. We need some dog in you. You gotta take guys off the dribble or something. We ain't got handle, but shoot. Dribble hard to the basket and try to dunk. Do something. Try to get to the line or something. Knox is an old car in the winter. You got to get him prime. You do got to get him prime, though. I agree, Soulfinger. You do got to get him prime. I don't like bad players. Knox is fast and Obi. Obi can jump higher. All right. I get to the con. Educating them on how to play low. What'd you say, Freezy? So, what'd you say?
No, I was just listening. Yeah, but about Knox, though, another thing about his defense is that, like, first thing he goes into the game, and Kuz takes him straight to the rack and scores. So, like I said, his on-ball defense is not there, and even closing out, he went to close out on Bertans, and it wasn't. When you close out, you stutter step. You make those sneakers squeak, and you put a hand in the face. He just ran right past them, and Bertans went straight to the cup. So, but the one thing that he has got better at is help defense. So when the guys on the corner, we were talking about that last time, that when the guys in the corner, he has his head on a swivel and he sees the ball and he knows where his man is at. He's not getting beat backdoor paid paid attention to help defense, and somebody embedded that in his brain that you have to be a better help defender. So at that point, like a lot of the previous years, he was getting beat on backdoor cuts, and I haven't seen that happen in these last 2 games that he's been in. So that's the one thing I'm gonna say he's got better at as far as defense.
Right. Nick Gay said he said the bare minimum Knox needs to be able to rebound with the shooting, and that takes effort. Yes.
Did you see that board though? He grabbed that board and just threw that 80-yard touchdown to Burks, and Burks hit.
That's that football. That's football player.
3-point line.
Yeah, he's a football player.
That was the highlight of the game right there. I was like, whoo-hoo.
What up, -2 Trill? Yeah, he's a football player. We need him to do everything.
Yeah, he's a quarterback. He was a quarterback, and see, I didn't know that though. You would think being a quarterback in high school, freshman JV, that you would have that IQ and awareness on defenders getting at you, trying to take you down for a loss of yards. You know, you got defensive ends after you got linebackers after. Your awareness has to be there. I mean, maybe that's why he didn't play varsity. He probably wasn't good enough to play quarterback on varsity. But when I hear those types of things, when I hear, McBride, he was a quarterback, like that makes more sense. Because to me, I feel like if you play different sports,
right,
you have that awareness. So when I used to play defense, they used to say I had karate defense, which wasn't too far because I studied at a younger age Taekwondo.
Mm-hmm.
So with my legs, I would, and Freezy knows this, it's like boxing, you're dancing around, you're sizing up your opponent, you're getting your timing down, you're jabbing, you're kind of reaching in is your jab. So, as you're dancing around with your footwork, like you're testing your opponent. Is he gonna turn his body when you reach in and he dribbles back? Is he gonna turn? Is he gonna turn? So you're timing that. You're constantly, figuring that out with your opponent, and that's what McBride does. As soon as he's in the game, he's all in your chest, just pestering you, just trying to figure out what your move's gonna be, what he could do. To put the cuffs on you to want to scare you to get you out of your element, and those are the types of things that McBride brings to the table. And when I heard Knox did that, Knox was a quarterback. I was like, I don't see those instincts.
Right, you don't see those from Knox. You don't see the qualities, similarities. Yes.
Right. Even with Nash, RJ's
Godfather, right?
Godfather, yeah. He used to play soccer, so he had all that footwork in soccer. And he said once he was able to dribble and use his hands, he felt like he was cheating because he had so much great footwork. That's what I'm saying. You're able to use those different elements from different sports and kind of intertwine them.
Nash was something else, yo. I miss Nash. I miss the old league. Just salute Chuck. What up, Chuck?
Salute, Chuck. What it do, my G?
High on Oben, top and pick, because I always feel like we should address the need in the draft. Killian Hayes and Tyrese. Yeah, I definitely feel like Halliburton was one need we should have got. Halliburton was a point guard. Yeah, we should have drafted. We should have addressed, but they were so focused on getting rid of Randall at the time, so they missed what they really needed. I always say
that's who I wanted though.
Halliburton.
Yeah, I wanted Hallie.
Yeah, they were so focused on Randall. The new regime. Leon when he got. Because we just hired Leon last year, so he was so focused on Randall, he missed what we really needed. Yo, what we really needed. What Randall, it's funny. That's what Randall really needs, a point guard. So you missed what the man really needed to thrive. He's not a point guard. You know what I'm saying? Like he played that last season, and look, he did pretty damn well. He did pretty damn well as a point forward. We don't want that from him every year, but he did pretty well. He did when his name was called, which was the whole season. He showed up. So a point guard, a point guard is what Randall needed. I never said get rid of him. A point guard. And and look what happened. But look, his man had a good year. So now we have point guards. We have a slew of them. We have a glut of point guards, and we'll be all right. This team should be all right. Nick Gay said, so is McBride the new Latina? Y'all keep asking for this kid to play. Newsflash, he again getting minutes for the first year. No, I'm not. I already know what time it is with McBride, Nick. Like, he has to see time behind Rose, quickly and, walk Kimba. So I'm not expecting him to get minutes. If they're hurt, I know he's the next up. But I already know what time it is. With Tibbs as coach, McBride's not playing. Grimes not even playing, I already know. I mean, well, what's his name just got dropped? Dwayne just got dropped, so it depends. I don't know. Grimes might have a shot. He might have a little shot at the 2 or 3 spot. But that's why staying humble is key to life. Once you realize the ego and cockiness you can check. Oh yeah. Salute Quiet Money. What up, Duke? Halliburton fooled all of us. I thought he was just a college player and his skills will not be the same. Halliburton is solid. And too, Culley, they didn't want to get rid of Randall. They wanted the best player available. So you think so let me ask you, Nick, you think Obi Toppin was the best player available at 8? I don't know. I mean, Obi is solid, Obi's solid. Obi is showing us that we should have picked him at 8. I don't know. I don't want to say that yet that he's showing us, but his confidence is starting to show. So
it's because they let him loose. They let him run. If you see, Obi's like a running back or on like a jet sweep.
Right.
He's on the 3-point line and he curls around. He gets a running start and then he gets to the cup. If you notice, he does a lot of that. When they get a rebound, he's already at the 3-point line, waiting for the outlet to get the fast break.
Right.
And
he's going.
So that he's always looking to get those easy transition points because that's his game. And Tibbs is finally letting him do that with Rose and IQ. That's why he doesn't get a lot of boards most of the time because he's out there. He was supposed to be playing the 4, and I might get killed but I think he may be that 6'9" wing that everybody's looking for. Yeah, I'm not putting it past him. I mean, when he was out there with Knox and he was playing the 4 and Knox was playing the 3. There was a time where someone had grabbed the rebound and Knox and Obi were one of the last ones right under the basket, and they took off to go catch up to somebody that was on a fast break, and Obi beat him on the sprint, and you could tell Knox was trying his hardest because he put his head down to kind of get more speed, and Obi was just running out there like a gazelle, just an open field, and he actually went to go defend. Block the guy who was taking the fast break layup, but he made it. Then Obi took the ball out. So not only did he go down there and try to stop the play, he tried to stop the play and then was there to take the ball out. Well, Knox was just kind of trotting, right behind him. So I feel like Knox should gain more weight, and he could have, he could have that similar body build as Giannis. He'll just be a shorter version of Giannis, and he could be down there, hanging with the trees and getting boards like that, especially if he's going to outlet the way he did to Burks.
Let us get a Giannis on the team. It's done, man. Salute the new Knicks. Salute Long Island Sound. Evan, he said, what about Evan? He's great for us, silent assassin. Nick Gay said, I wanted to get to what Nick Gay said. He said, I liked Hallie more. I believed in his shooting. I agree. I believed in Halliburton's shooting too. They were connected to both Hallie and Obi. Yes, I liked Hallie a lot, but since we drafted Obi, there's a role for him on his team. Knox has had the opportunity to progress and has stalled. I agree. You get glimpses from Kev, but he hasn't put in all together yet. I agree. Yes, I agree. What's the last thing Nick Gay said? Nick Gay said, but they chose Obi and Tibbs had a voice in the choice. To me, Obi is the next Xavier McDaniel or Carlos Boozer for us. Okay. I lean more towards Xavier McDaniel. What do you think? So
I don't like to do, like comparisons.
Comparisons, right?
Yeah, it's different times, and the game has changed. But I just feel like Obi's game can just elevate the more time he gets, the more comfortable he gets, because he's getting to the cup a lot more than he was last year, and his game, he's just showing little little parts of his game here and there, what he could do. He getting to the basket. He did a nice little wraparound to Sims where that was when Sims had two people on him at one point. How do you feel about Sims?
Sims? I like Sims a lot, man. Like he's one of the guys I was like highly impressed with, like throughout the whole preseason. He had to, of course he had to play by default because Mitch and Noel was out, which is cool. I mean, we have depth, so I like Sims. I think Tibbs is teaching him not to bite on pump fakes, not to pick up fouls so quickly. And he has the athleticism. He has the athleticism for the NBA. So, he's utilized pretty well in the pick and roll because, he's in there with guards that know what they're doing. Quickly knows how to find them. He's most likely going to play with Rose. Rose will know how to find them. Of course, he's not offensively polished. We're not expecting nothing from him offensively, but he can be a good pick and roll threat, a good body, to disturb somebody, disturb another player. He's a big body. He's not a slouch. So I like Sims a lot, man. His athleticism is a lot.
He doesn't show very much emotion. So like the only time I seen it was on that play. On that play I was just talking about where Obi drove to the cup, did a wraparound, and then it got to Sims. Sims took a bounce. He had Kelly Olynyk and I think it was Corey Joseph on him, and he did a double pump fake, and he went up and he got fouled. Kelly Olynyk was leaning forward. He didn't have his hands straight up, so he got fouled. He felt like he got fouled. The Kelly Olynyk blocked it, went back into his hands. He got composure, took another dribble forward, went back up on a pump fake, went up and got stripped. And then he threw his hands up to the ref like, man, I'm getting hacked down there, not once by one guy, but twice by two guys at two different points. And he was so heated that he ran back and tried to block the guy. And instead of, he wasn't there in time, but he took off from the restricted area and slapped glass. And I could just hear it from right here how hard he slapped that glass. And that was his emotion of saying that, you guys didn't give me the call, but I'm gonna try to make it up on defense. You know what I'm saying? Right. He didn't foul him either, though. But he just doesn't show much emotion. Even when Tibbs was yelling at him, it was a timeout, and he was going to the bench, and he just gave Tibbs a little pat on the waist, like, yeah, I got you. I feel you. Like, my bad.
Tibbs gonna get him right. Tibbs is gonna get him right. Tibbs means all love by that. You know what I mean? He yelling at him. Tibbs means all love by that. He gonna get that man right. It don't matter if Tibbs yells at you or what. Tibbs, everybody know Tibbs. If Tibbs is hard on you, it's because he likes you. It's because he F's with you. You know what I mean?
Almost definitely. That's any coach. That's any coach. That's
we know Tibbs. Tibbs likes he likes Sims, so he gonna get Sims right. I peeped that. He gave him a little pat, like, Tibbs is not. Yeah, he's one of those guys. He's not gonna acknowledge his respect for you like right away. He'll acknowledge it later, but I'm sure he respects the hell out of Sims, though. I'm sure he does. He's not gonna say it now, but he respects him. He likes Sims. You know what I mean? He's just being hard on him. He's a kid, and he's gonna get on him. He's gonna get on anybody. He got on RJ. He gets on anybody. So
yeah, I mean that's how he was on Obi, and I mean he gave it to IQ yesterday too. He was yelling at IQ because IQ wouldn't call the timeout, and by the time he called timeout, or Tibbs called timeout to the refs, he was still barking at IQ all the way to the bench. And if you heard what Rose said, there was an interview. Rose said he goes, that's how Tibbs is, but you can't give him eye contact. You can't give him eye contact. You just got to go to the bench and let him know, it was your fault later on. But don't give him eye contact because he's gonna look straight into your soul, and it's gonna mess up your game from that point forward, where you're gonna be worrying about making mistakes. And he goes, just own up to it, but don't look him in the eye. So that was kind of funny to hear that.
That's funny.
Like when you're kids, being, you're scolding one of your kids, and your kids is just not trying to give you that eye contact because they know they're in trouble.
Right. They know to get right into their soul. I know how Tibbs. You already know. You know hard coaches. I don't play basketball. I know hard coaches, man. I done heard it all, man. Like I know those hard coaches. Tibbs likes toughness. Sad to say, other players couldn't handle the toughness. Nick Latina, aka Tim Tebow. Yeah, Nick Gay is funny. That's why young teams don't win. Yeah, because they exactly quiet money because they're too soft. They soft. They can't handle that toughness. They can't handle that of a coach getting into their skin, man. Getting under their skin. Salute Boost Mobile once again. Tibbs should let the old school guys rest and play the youngest. He should. I hope he does. I hope so. Gibson did his thing. He had his, he's shooting from the three. Gibson was balling. And then speaking of Tibbs, that's one guy that Tibbs could yell at. I don't even think Tibbs would yell at Taj. I think Taj, I think that's his soldier. I think him and Rose are his soldiers. He don't really got to yell at them. He just got to give him a nod, give him eye contact a little, give him that wink. I think they already know what to do. I don't even think he has to yell at them.
They're player coaches. You know what I'm saying?
Coaches, like
they're the guys in between the coach and the players that the players are able to relate to. You know what I'm saying? When Tibbs is down their throat,
right.
They can that because you saw Kemba on the bench yesterday when he wasn't playing. He was talking to Jericho with the mask on, letting him know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like to don't trip off whatever right. Tibbs is talking about or what to do better. But you can see that, and he had his little smirk, he had like a little sideways smile. That was the most I've seen Jericho smile. Not that only time. There was another time at the end of the game where Harold walked up to Jericho and was giving him props. Because if you don't remember, they were going at it through the whole game. There was a time where someone shot a jumper and went off the back of the rim, and Jericho jumped with two hands from the restricted line and yammed it, and Harold was right there. He just got that respect from Harold being a six-man candidate. Was he a six-man or six-man candidate? I don't remember.
Six-man candidate, yep.
Yeah, six-man candidate. So, and he's an energized guy too. That's just all over the place. So to get that respect, from Harold was he had a little sideways smile on that one too.
Yeah, because he didn't back down. And Harold, they kind of like about the same size, kind of similar. They both can't shoot the three. Kind of athletic. I mean, Jericho Sims is more athletic. But he knows that's one guy he's similar to. Harold's a very rugged guy. So, Harold gave him that respect. So that's motivation in the league. And then he caught a nice putback too over Harold, if I'm not mistaken.
That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, off the Derrick Rose. That was a nice putback, and I knew he was going to get one. Just the way he kept crashing for the boards, I'm like, he's bound to get one putback at least. And sure enough, he got one. I could just tell by the way he was jumping. So
he has good timing, and like I said, he plays under control when he's guarding other players and grabbing boards. He's always in position. He's not jumping over the back. He's not fouling. He's not. For a big man at a rookie, think about all those fouls and how many times Mitch used to foul out, just use his athleticism. Sims has more poise and better awareness at that than Mitch does as far as not fouling and getting yourself in position.
Still Knicks fan, salute. Shout out to the chat, shout out to Sub and Culley. Salute. Still Knicks fan.
Salute.
CWC. Yeah, we do need the Rooks for them damn Hawks. Salute. Soulfinger said salute. Cindy Nevins, salute. Soulfinger said a lot of these young cats are softer than a baby poop and couldn't handle Tibbs and being a Knick. Bro, you got vets that are the same way too. I salute. We talked about that Soulfinger. We talked about vets like Marcus Morris. Certain guys that are just even Harold. Montrezl Harrell will be good for the Knicks because he's a rugged type of guy. He's a rough type of player. I'm not saying I want Harold, but he would be a good player. Patrick Beverly would be solid. Certain guys that start fights, they're not punks. Certain guys would be good in a Knicks jersey. Yes. Tibbs makes all of his rooks want to not make no mistake when he yells at one of them. No, I can agree. Boost Mobile, salute, man, child. Yeah, I agree. They play like they're on a leash, and he has them on a leash, and they don't ever want to come out the game. Yeah, he balks on them. So I would say, you know, I hope they just take Derrick Rose advice. You know, you're gonna get balked on because you're not perfect. So hey, you know, listen to Tibbs, listen to Rose. If Rose talks to you on the bench, Taj, Kemba, if they talk to you on the bench, listen to them. You know, don't make the eye contact with Tibbs, but listen to Tibbs at the same time. And yeah, because I'm sure it's the same thing with Greg Popovich. You know, and same thing with Greg Popovich. Just Greg Popovich will balk on you probably worse. You ever saw? I know this is off topic, Sub. You ever saw when he balked on Danny Green? You ever saw that?
Who, Popovich?
Yeah.
Oh, he barked at everybody. He
Yeah,
barked at the rest. The only time he doesn't is when like a female is interviewing him at halftime or something like that. He's really nice at that point. You'll get a smile and everything from him. But other than that, nah, he's all business, just like Tibbs.
-2 Trill said Sims is Michael Myers on the court, no emotion. I agree. Yes. Halloween reference. Yeah, and you know the funny thing with Popovich, it's funny because there was an old. I always look at this video. What up, Booker D? Salute, brother. There's an old video. It's not really old, but it's on YouTube when he balked on Danny Green. They was playing the Nets, and he called a timeout because I think he told Danny Green to foul, or I think he wanted him to not foul. He called a timeout and just balked on him. Like he made eye contact with him, everything. And you can see Tony Parker walking towards Danny Green. Just he didn't laugh, but he had a smile on his face. Like, yeah, he's gonna get. This is what I got 10, 15 years ago. You know, Popovich got on me the same way. Now I'm watching this youngin just get chewed. Like he chewed Danny Green up. He chewed him a new a-hole. You know what I mean? He chewed all of them. You know, and that's a good coach. Look, them guys won 4 or 5 rings in the past 20 years. From here to at least 2000, they won at least 5. And you gotta respect it. I gotta respect it. They beat my very own Knicks. Our very own, I'm sorry. They beat our very own Knicks in 2000, or was it 99? They beat our very own Knicks. They beat the Cavs. I don't need to keep going on. You know, they beat the Heat. I don't need to keep going on. But, you know, that's good coaching. However, I mean, it's the play style of the coaches that affects how they win. It's the play style. And, of course, if you have the personnel, you know. But, yeah, I don't mean to compare Pop to Tibbs, but they're very similar. They're blue collar coaches. They'll get on you. Except, you know, of course, Popovich, he has the rings. Tibbs doesn't have none yet. But, you know, we want Tibbs to get some. We want him to get some rings with us. We want that for Tibbs. Tibbs is a smart coach. You know, he has to make his adjustments, but he's a smart coach. He wants to win. You can only respect that. But I gotta see.
I just want to say salute Long Island Sound 1. I appreciate you noticing that. I've been watching the game. That was a little
Yeah. That part I didn't see. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see when Kemba spoke to him. I saw Kemba on the bench, but I didn't see him speak to Sims. So.
And about that though, you know, Kemba didn't start this game, and you could tell we were missing. You know what I'm saying?
Offense look a little
Kemba offensively, and then Rose in the second unit because
right.
RJ started off the game 1 for 7. Then we were just missing. We were actually just missing a lot of shots. We were just open shots. It was like the hoop had a lid on it. We're missing bunnies. Just awful. Rose did what he could, and then IQ came into the game, and he wasn't. His shot was off. He wasn't assisting, and when he was, players were missing, and we just started off that game horrible. And then we had to go back to Randall to save the day, and Taj turning back the hands of time. And did you see? I don't remember which game it was where Taj was at the free throw line. He was doing the dream shake. He did a dream shake and just hit that jumper from the free throw line. Then he did it again at the dotted line. Taj was in his Hakeem Olajuwon dream shake bag for real though. Man,
Taj was having fun out there. I saw that, especially the last game. He was having fun out there.
It was him. It was the Taj and Randall show. Like without those two, we would have lost the game. Randall pretty much played the whole third quarter, and had 16 in that third quarter to carry the team on his back. And Taj came through, came in the clutch at the end of the game with his 3-pointer and his midi. So yeah, they were just going back and forth. And then RJ was like, all right, I guess I'll get involved and hit 2 back-to-back buckets too. So I mean, but without those 2 guys, yeah, it wouldn't have been good. Because Randall had 33 minutes, 29 points, and then Taj had 21 points right under that with 31 minutes. So they're out there hooping. And then Rose is out there with 31 minutes too. So I mean, Tibbs played a lot of the vets, a lot of the starters, to in the second half because he don't like to lose.
Right.
And for those that wanted to see the rookies, they had less than a minute. It was like 59.4 seconds, and he threw in McBride and Grimes. And what can you do in that time?
Right. Exactly.
And besides being pesty on defense, and
CWC said the Hawks beat the Heat by 40. Manchild said the lowly Pistons did give a hard time last night, I will say. It's funny, Soulfinger said Taj's going to be taking urinalysis for the next 2 months after the way he played last night. That's funny. Get drug tested. Taj was doing his thing, hitting them practice shots.
We got to trade Taj and Knox right now while their value is high. You know what I'm saying? We get a couple first-round picks, you know what I'm saying, and a star player.
We get some first-round picks. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. I doubt it, though.
Nah, I'm just joking.
How's doing it, Julie? I actually don't want to trade Taj. Surprisingly,
nah, he's gonna be a mentor. He's gonna take Jericho Sims under his wing and I mean let him know how to be a player and show him those fundamentals. The post-up game. I mean, like I said, he was out there doing the dream shake. And they're going to spend a lot of time next to each other throughout the season as soon as Mitch and Noels get back. I mean, we haven't even seen what the team's going to look like full strength. So how do you feel about that? How do you feel about the rumors of Mitch returning on Friday or tomorrow? Wow, tomorrow's already Friday. Or today's Friday. It's already
him. I'd rather just see him in the season. I'd rather him come back when he's 100. I'm okay with him coming back. I'd rather him come back at the start, and when he's ready. That's pretty much all I can say about Mitch, man. I just want to see him come back at 100. Don't come back at 80. Don't come back at 90. Don't come back at 99. Come back at 100. 110 rather. The more time you need, just sit out because we're 3-0. Let's not fix what's not broken. Don't put him in the start. I mean, you probably would want to put him in the lineup pardon. You probably want to put him in the lineup just to get him some run. But however, I would take my chance on him. I mean, I would take my my time with him. Wait till.
But if they say he's ready, if the doctors cleared him,
cool.
And they say he's ready. So do you put him in the starting lineup or do you have him coming off the bench?
I put him in the starting. I'm putting him in the starting.
I'm with you. He's gonna start. He's gonna start anyways. You might as well have that. You might as well let them gel together. And not only that though, if you're going against a second unit and it's preseason right now, you're going against cats that probably aren't gonna make the roster or are gonna be limited. Because I mean, just think about it. Like when you're playing ball at the park and you're playing against these awkward, players that get under you, almost hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Because I was balling on Saturday and I went to the park and I was bringing the ball down and this cat tried to get up in my chest and almost like headbutted me. So I just let go of the ball real quick and did my spin like, oh no, I'm done. This dude's trying to hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go up against second units like that and against players that aren't going to make the roster, they're playing as hard as they can. They're trying to make a name for themselves, and then that's how you get hurt. So I'd rather him going against, starting players. And the way Gafford was on that last Saturday, he was thinking he was the blockness monster. He was blocking everybody. It was a block party that day. So to have Mitch back, and if he plays tomorrow, he gonna show him who the real Blockness monster is.
Right. Yeah, I forgot Gafford did do his thing on the blocks. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying though. But just limit it though. Like let him get a couple minutes of run and then take him out the game and you know, that'll be enough. I'm good with that. You don't need to get too much run. Just still get acclimated.
Oh, pardon me. They should Taj work on his game when they say he can shoot a three. I need Noel to get healthy now. I'm not gonna lie, Long Island Sam. I kind of do miss Noel. I miss him from last season. I kind of do miss him. I kind of miss seeing him in that jersey on the court. You know, I kind of can't wait. I can't wait till the season unfolds and we get to see these guys, yo. I'm kind of like looking forward to it, you know. I'm kind of looking forward just to Mitch and Noel. I'm kind of looking forward to everybody. I can't wait for the season to unfold, man. I can't wait till these fun games.
I want to see us at full strength, though. I want to see what Mitch looks like with the real point guard because even last year, he only played one game with Rose, and then he got hurt. He was played the whole time with EP.
Oh,
man.
With EP. He still had a good season.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, let him play with a former MVP and former All-Star.
Right.
Either way, and we're going to look at Mitch a different way. We're going to see what he's all about. Not only that, though, Tibbs wants everybody shooting threes, so there's not going to be any tweets this year about they won't let me shoot or whatever Mitch was talking about last year. They're not allowing me to play my game. No, they're allowing you this year. I don't want to hear nothing about it. I don't want to see a tweet. I don't want to hear there was a letter in the mail. I don't want to hear nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just go out there and play. You got the green light to shoot threes. You got the green light to hit the midi. You know, so we'll see.
Right. I'm looking forward to it. It starts in less than a week. I'm looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to the Knicks' first game. You know, I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see. Like I said, I always say this ever since the first preseason game. I can't wait to see the first game when it comes to when it's 30 seconds left and somebody got to score the ball for us. I cannot wait. We have 4 guys in the starting lineup that can get a bucket. Therefore, I cannot wait, man. I can't wait. And we have a guard. The main thing is we have a guard. Like you mentioned EP. I can't wait to see what's the name? Mitch with a point guard. With an actual point guard. Looking for him. That's gonna be good. Mitch is gonna have 20 plus. You never know. He might have 20 plus messing around with Kimba. You know what I mean? Kimba and Rose, etc. So I can't wait. I can't wait, yeah.
Yeah, they're just gonna elevate their play though. So what about Knox though? I want to go back to this Knox a little bit. Are you okay with what you've seen so far, or you know, would you if the extension or there's a contract to go out tomorrow, would you give Knox a contract?
I mean, it's only preseason,
but he's not going to get that much. He's not going to get that much run more than what you've seen already.
Right. I mean, it's preseason. I don't know, yo. I'm not crazy about Knox, so I don't know. I'm happy to see him playing well now. I'm happy for him, but I don't know if I give him an extension. I really don't know. Tibbs might, some people in the chat may say, yeah, they would give it to him. Tibbs might see, if Tibbs sees something in him, then I ain't got no choice but to see something in him. However, for me, I don't right now. Not right now. I don't see nothing in Knox right now. Right now I see a worse Reggie Bullock because he can't defend. Reggie Bullock was shooting the 3 and defending, so I don't know. Some people may be mad at that. I don't know. That's what I see right now. I'm not surprised with Knox right now.
I mean, if the price is right and you get him, on a couple year deal for, 2 mil per year, then I can see them doing that because I don't think that there's a big market out there for him. Or does he even take that? Does he feel like he could get more run on a different team? Because at the end of the day, it's either you want to play or you want to make money, or you want to win a chip. So to stay with us, he's not going to get that much run, but he'll be on a winning team. He'll be with players. He'll be with the Mitchell Robinsons that he was in the same draft with, and be more comfortable with guys like that. Or does he go to get a fresh start on a new team, like a Pistons, like a Detroit Pistons, or really get more playing time?
I think Knox at this point in his career might need to change the scenery. However, I mean, if he shows the ability to play and he has a good year, then hey, I don't see us giving him up. I don't see us just giving him up for nothing, for no reason at that. So I can't really call it with Knox. I'm kind of like on the fence about Knox right now. So that's about all I can. That's about all I can say. I'm not big on Knox. Yeah, he's playing well. I'll give him that. I'll give him his flowers. But like I said, it's preseason. These games don't matter. He's playing. But I mean, he's playing alongside some good point guards. You can put him in there with Rose. You can put him in there with Kemba. He's playing alongside good point guards. So, I'm happy for him. He can shoot. So, but it's gonna get to a point where we want to see more from Knox. Right now he's just like a Soulfinger said it earlier. Knox right now is what, like Novocaine? He's like Novocaine, right? Soulfinger, that's what you said. He's like Steve Novak. He's just hitting.
He's a spot up shooter. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. He's a spot up shooter, and that's what I'm saying. Like if he could just be a spot up shooter,
right,
and gain more muscle, he could play the 4. He'll be a stretch 4. He could take Randall's backup spot and move Obi to the 3, because like I said, Obi's more, I'm like he's better in open court than Knox is. I explained it to you earlier. Obi just needs to do things like on the off season, but he needs to be more twitcher in his hips, so move more laterally. So I would go in off season and work with like a Jalen Ramsey from the Los Angeles Rams and get some of those 3-cone drills and some of those ladders and get that footwork going. You know what I'm saying? Go salsa dancing with his girlfriend on Friday nights and get those. So something like that, because you see he has the potential, and everybody wants that 6'9" wing. I mean, including myself. Maybe we have him there. We just haven't gave him the chance, and he just may need one more year to show that he could do that.
That's funny. Boost Mobile said, "Hey Soul, you see that can of corn that Kev shot that stuck to the rim? I forgot. Knox shot something that stuck to the rim. I forgot about that.
He had a wedgie.
You saw that, Sub?
Yeah, he had a wedgie.
That was funny. I forgot he shot that. I will say I do like what I'm seeing from Knox after his red shirt year with Tibbs. I agree. I like it. I'm not crazy about it, but I like it. Right now, he's just like Novocaine. He's a spot up 3. I mean, hey, if that's what Tibbs wants, then hey, I'm going with Tibbs. If that's what you see in Knox, a spot up shooter, then okay, cool. Put him in. Put him in when you find time for him. Hey, Knox hit the FA sack, or the Mavs would definitely pick him up. Yeah, probably. Especially Sacramento. The difference is, let me see.
And he's the youngest. He's the second youngest on the team. Second to RJ, compared to the rest of the players. IQ's older than him. Grimes is older than him. McBride is older than him.
Obi's
is older than him. Obi's older. I mean, everybody's older than him, but RJ. So he still has time to develop and open up his game a little more.
Guy is a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot believe that.
Like everybody's, like the coaches said, it's going to take 3 to 4 years for him to develop, and you can see he got a little better, and he worked on his 3-point shot. If you could get him for minimum, 2 mil a year on a 3-4 year deal, while everybody else's contract ends up being that too, 2 years with a 3rd-year option, something like that, then they should do it. and
Right.
switch him to a stretch 4. That's just what I think, though. I mean, I may be killed for that, but I don't care.
Right. Right, yo. Let's see. We see in the comments.
So how do you feel about when players lose the ball and there's a fast break and they foul to stop the play on a fast break transition like that? How do you feel about that? Do you feel like they should stop doing that, or is it
You said when they lose the ball on a fast break?
No, when they lose the ball, then instead of letting the guy get the fast break or going back to defend him, they foul. You know what I'm saying?
You said they foul?
Okay. Yeah, so let's say IQ did it the other day. He brought the ball down.
Right.
He lost the ball, and the guy was going down, for a layup, and before he goes down and gets past you for it'd be a what's it called? I can't think of it right now, but they foul him before he gets to the cup. If they get past him, there's nobody around. They get the free throw too, and they get the ball back.
Is that a clear path foul?
Yeah, clear path foul. Yeah. There we go. The clear path. How do you feel about the clear path foul? Do you think they should stop that? Should it be situational? I mean,
I guess it's a fair call. If somebody steals the ball from another team and the team is out on a break and they get fouled, I guess it's a fair call in general for the most part. I think it's a fair call. Fouling on fast break stop the flow. It does stop the flow of the game. However, it doesn't stop teams from doing it. So teams are still going to do it just to stop the team from getting that extra point. They're going to try to stop momentum. There's always momentum in stopping a guy that's shooting the free throw. A guy misses both free throws, that stops the momentum. A guy misses one, that still stops the momentum, depending on the situation.
Yeah, but what if you're already in the bonus? You know what I'm saying? You're in the bonus. You send them to the line anyways.
I mean, if you're in the bonus, then hey, I mean, you might as well take the L anyways. Like I said, if you don't want to let the team get easy buckets, then you foul. Then hey, so I would say I'm against it, but I'm not in that regard. I am against it though for the most part because I'm against it for the most part because it's like the other team, they're gonna shoot free throws. So, but I why they do it just to not let the bucket. That's the motive of the not letting the easy bucket go. Nothing easy. So
yeah, because in that situation, IQ had 4 fouls already. So I mean, he couldn't be the one to foul him, but Knox did, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, yeah, it slows down the momentum, but then it also increases the fouls. And when you're going down to the wire, you're already in the bonus at that point. So I mean, to me, it's situational. If you're up by a big lead, then you don't do it. So, but it just seems like it happens a lot. It's unnecessary in some points. But.
No, it does happen a lot. Man, Charles said guys fell on fast breaks to avoid highlight reels. That too. That too. Clyde got those under jokes. Knox hitting deep threes and tightening his defense will stay. No, I agree. It does slow up the flow of the game. However, teams do that. Yeah, I guess they do it to avoid highlight reels and to stop a team's momentum. It's different strategies. It's different reasons why. The Knicks could still be a good defending team this year, so I'm not extremely worried. I think team defense will be a thing for the Knicks, this year.
So about that though, do you think last year we were 4th overall in defensive ratings? Do you think we stay around that area or at least top 10?
That's a good question because we don't have any individual lockdown defenders. So it's really about team defense. So, I mean, if we play team defense, then maybe, yeah. maybe we will pick up on a lot of turnovers, a lot of passing lane steals. Maybe so. However, I don't know. I can't really call it. It's all about the team committing and playing defense. Yeah, I mean, when you have a team committing and playing defense as a team, then yeah. Tibbs did that with his previous teams, his prior teams. He had them playing defense, giving into a system, giving into the system defensively. So it's possible. It's possible we can do that or better. In my opinion. Sherwin said, "Hell no." I'm not against Sherwin because we don't have any lockdowns like that. We don't have any, so for the most part, I can see that.
Right, but we also don't have our two anchors on the defense either with Mitch and Noel's right now. We're still holding teams to 90s, or that one was 105 yesterday though, but I still feel like it'll be in that area.
Right.
And once those guys get back, because our team defense is
top 25, maybe that's what he said.
No, not with Tibbs as a coach, because he'll be quick to pull somebody out, and if they're not trying hard on defense, because you saw a lot of times when players will penetrate and try to get to the cup, the defense collapsed, and there was a lot of help defense where they weren't allowing that, and that's why the guy at the wing is so important, because he's guarding the 3-point line and he's trying to run down to the block as well. So, and that's without Mitchell Robinson and Noel's there. So once those guys are back, it allows the perimeter defense to kind of play out there and help the rest of the guards on defense, and not have to worry about getting back to the cup, because we'll have Mitchell Robinson and Noel's there. So so I do feel like we will be in that 10-ish area, top 10 or
One thing I would say, I do see us getting a lot of steals via passing lanes. I do see us getting steals like that. I don't know about individual, like just cooking a guy and locking him up. I do see us getting steals in the passing lanes. That's about it. I can see us doing that. That's the most. And of course, the blocks from Mitch. That's about it. That's what I can see. Noel, Mitch with the blocks. That's about it in the passing lanes, and that's it. I don't see, like I said, I don't really see any individual, any lockup, any forcing a guy to do something stupid on his own. I don't really see that. I think it'll be a team effort. And one thing I will say, sometimes they also say your offense is a good defense. So we have a structure, we have a cool structured team. We have Kimber at the point. It's really just health. Kimber and Rose, they just got to stay healthy, and that's pretty much what it boils down to. Them just staying healthy and, running the offense, making our offense looks way better with them in it. With Kimber at the starter and Rose off the bench, our offense looks way better. Steals can be bad defense. Kimber, with some of the additions in depth or guard, I see my case shooting the threes, they put up 54. Right. Absolutely, Gibson, by the way. Yeah, the Knicks, like I said, a good offense can be a bad defense. It could be a good defense. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting here reading what Sherwin said. So I could see us, outscoring teams. I don't know about holding every team under 100. I don't know about that. We don't have the best defending team. Otherwise, the Blazers would have did it all the time. You know what I mean? They got guys for that reason. They got guys to cover up their deficiencies. And they have better point guard situation than we do. Damian Lillard. Come on, Damian Lillard was enough set. McCullough. So those are two guards right there. They had Powell. They had Powell and Covington to cover up their deficiencies, and that still didn't get them nowhere. So hey, there you go.
Yeah, but that whole defense that whole team is a defensive liability, because
pretty much.
Lillard, that's
what it is.
They all don't think
if McCollum was a two-way player, or if Damian Lillard was a two-way player, they'd be good. You see, the Warriors, Curry can't really defend, so he has Klay Thompson. You know what I mean? This past season, I guess he had Jordan Poole. I don't know who he had defending. He had Wiggins, Kelly Oubre defending. Other teams 2s and 3s. So, but the Warriors got Klay Thompson. Not only that, Klay Thompson he's a sniper from 3. Same thing. McCollum gets his buckets too, but they don't have. Klay Thompson provides better defense. So you need guys playing that defense. You know what I mean? Curry can't play defense. However, his offense is his defense. He'll give you a good 30 just off of threes alone. He'll catch fire. He'll hit 6 threes, and that'll be his 30. Just like that. 6, 7, 8, 9. He'll hit a whole bunch of threes and score. Curry is a better defender than Rose or Kemba. No, he's not a better defender than Rose. Maybe Kemba, but no. I'm not giving Curry that credit. No. Curry's not a. You know what?
Kemba was guarding 6'5" Dinwiddie when he was playing for Washington.
Right.
Who does Curry guard when they play Brooklyn? Joe Harris. I mean,
Kemba. That's what
they're gonna put Curry on the weakest offensive player that has no dribbling skills whatsoever, and hide him out there.
They did the same thing with Steve Nash. Like, put him on the weak guys. Like, these guys are not good. They're good. They're great offensive players. I'm not taking it from them. They're great players. They can't defend. But Derrick Rose is not worse than Curry. Like you said with Kemba at least guards guys. It's just that he's so small. That's not his fault. He's small.
And he leads the league in charges.
And he takes charges.
At his frame. Come on now. You missed me with that.
Overplay the passing lanes looking for steals. No, they do, but if they get steals, then hey, I think that'll be our bank, getting steals. I will say lazy defenders do that, but however, D Rose was ranked top worst. So what was Steph Curry ranked? What was he ranked as defense? He's not better than Rose. Rose was getting blocked. Rose got a block on Eric Bledsoe. He got at least 2 blocks. He got one on in Miami. Was it Miami and Eric Bledsoe when we played the Pelicans? Was it Ja Morant too or somebody else? Recovering blocks. Kemba and Obi lateral quickness is very suspect. It is very suspect. I get that. Obi especially. However, Kemba's not a bad. Of course, he could be a bad defender. That's cool, but he plays defense. That's what matters. That's what matters to me. He'll still guard the guy. His knees is not right now. His knees is not right, so he can't guard the best point guard.
They'll step up to the challenge. They don't duck the smoke like other players.
Right. He was saying he won't duck the smoke. Right. He'll step up. So I respect him for that. I can respect the guy for that. He's not afraid. It don't mean because it's levels to it. You have guys that are straight up afraid. Like guys will get hidden on other players. Like, you know what I mean? Trae Young. Look at Trae Young. You over here talking about our guys. Why are you not talking about Trae Young when we played them? Trae Young hit on Reggie Bullock. He ducked the smoke from Rose. Rose would have killed him. If you know what I'm saying? We didn't have an answer for Trae Young. However, we do now. Let Trae Young have to guard 1 through 4 this year. He's gonna get smoked. That little fella gonna get smoked. He has to guard any of them. RJ,
especially with the rule change. You saw how we talked about the other day how Curry tried to get that foul or jumping into players.
Right. So figure charges are all the way part of defense. I seen Kemba set up. He took one last night. He set up for it. Took last night.
Last night he didn't play last night, but he took one in each of the games.
The last game, the Wizards
both games he played in, he took a charge in both of them, and I kept saying, kept yelling at the TV, no, why?
Yeah, for the negative side of things, no. I'm a Knicks fan. I don't care about Trae Young, but don't talk about our guys. Don't talk when other guys do that too. They hide on other guys too. Trae Young don't even. I respect Kemba and Rose because at least they'll take the challenge. Rose will take the challenge at least. Trae Young is not taking it. He gets hidden very well. That's what makes a good coach a good coach. The best way you hide your offensive players, that's what makes you a good coach. And Nate McMillan outcoached us. He hid Trae Young on Reggie Bullock, somebody that couldn't do nothing except for shoot an open 3. That's it. And to get him open, Randall has to do it. Somebody has to do it, and we couldn't even get him open. So, So yes, don't sit here and talk about Kemba and Rose. At least they'll take the they'll take the assignment. Kemba will take the assignment. I seen Kemba do that in Boston. I seen him do it for Charlotte. I remember a video from years ago when he was on Charlotte and he got beat. You know, it was, I don't know if it was a screen or he got beat. He screamed at his team like, yo, where's the effing help at? Where's the help at? He tried. The guy tries, you know. I'm not saying just that one clip shows that he's the greatest player ever, but guys try. They want to win. Guys try. Kemba not locking down nobody. He's a scorer. He's a playmaking scorer. What do you want from Kemba? To be a lockdown? He's only 5'10". He's shorter than me. I'm 6 feet. Kemba's probably 3 inches shorter than me. You know what I'm saying? 5'10", 5'8", 5'9". That's a good. They hired Rayford. Well, yeah, you said Rayford. Who the hell's? Wait, who's Rayford? Little Meat can't hide against us like last year. Both our PGs try to play defense. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He can't do that. He can't do that this year. Like, come on. Yeah, so you talking about our point guards? Come on, Sherwin. And Sherwin, you for being objective. Like, come on. There's other guys. Other guards do that too. They can't. There's other guards. Damian Lillard. I just gave Damian Lillard props. He can't guard nobody. Lillard was also the worst defensive ranking. Wasn't he not the worst defensive rating too? He was another one, top 5 defensive rating. He's another one. He can't guard nothing. He can't. Him, Trae Young, they can't guard a soul in the NBA. But they'll give you buckets. I give him that. Come on, that's what our point guards can do. Our point guards can give you buckets. Oh, Rafer Alston?
Both are, I believe, like both our guards, both our starting guards are gonna end up averaging 15 points.
Right, and I'm okay with that. I don't expect nothing outstanding from them. Just the playoffs, you know, they'll probably take it up a notch. They're ready. They'll be ready for playoffs. Rayford Trae Young, government name. Oh, oh, that is. Oh, okay. Yeah. I skipped to my little. I'm thinking of Rafer Alston. That's my guy too. That was another point guard. He didn't shy away from defense either. He smacked what's his name back of his head. I don't mean to bring it up, but he did it. But he didn't shy away either. Sometimes that's all it is. Just not shying away from the challenge. Rafer Alston smacked dude headbang. All, you know what I'm saying? All big name point guards don't play defense and they're praised. No, I mean I get what you're saying, man, child. They don't play defense. They don't. But nobody's perfect in this league. Steve Nash didn't play defense. I had to argue with my friends about that because I had friends that don't like Steph Curry, but they praise Steve Nash. And Steve Nash is a great point guard. Great point guard. So is Steph Curry. But both of them they're gonna both get hidden on defense. Both of them will get hidden on defense. Steve Nash used to get hidden all the time. He couldn't guard a pole. He couldn't guard a parked car. You know what I'm saying? Like Steve Nash, they used to hide him all the time. Same thing they did with Curry. They found somebody for Curry. They found, they got Klay Thompson to guard, cover up Curry's deficiencies. So it's, I'm saying, it's not fair to give guys credit and then give other guys credit. No, because if Curry got rings though, it don't mean I'm a say, oh, forget Steve Nash, he's trash. No. Yeah, Nash didn't play a lick. He couldn't. Exactly. So he couldn't. That man couldn't guard no one to save his life. But he was a great player. We're not taking it away from him. Stockton came from that era where he had to play it though. I'm not making excuses, but Stockton had to play it. I remember AI used to cook him all the time. But AI cooked everybody, so that's AI. You know what I'm saying? CI is small and will defend. It's CP3. I'm sorry, I said CI. CP3. No, I give CP3 his credit. CP3 came into the league a great defender. He's a great defender. I'll give him his credit. That's one of the few. Drew Holiday's bigger. Drew Holiday's about what? 6'5", 6'4". Drew Holiday's the first defensive team point guard. Okay. You know what I mean? Eric Bledsoe used to be able to play defense. He got cooked plenty of times. And at this stage in his career, I don't know who he can guard. You know what I mean? I can't knock point guards. I don't care about point guards that can't play defense. I'm not really worried about that too much. I'm not worried about that. When you try to do it, I'll give you props. So all those guys, they tried to. I don't know about Nash. I seen Curry try a couple times. He tried. Nash couldn't cover a bed with a blanket. Exactly. Soul finger.
Yeah, but to me, if you're gonna be labeled as like one of the greatest, you have to be a two-way player. In my book,
I think so.
I don't think you can just be an offensive player and be labeled as one of the greatest. So to me, Steph Curry is one of the greatest or the greatest shooter of all times, but not one of the best players.
No, Stockton was. Yeah, they talking about. Yeah, Stockton cooked. Stockton did cook a lot of players, though. I will say Stockton cooked. There's a whole YouTube video of him cooking. Stockton was dirty. I will say Stockton was that guy. I'm not taking his props away. Stockton was a dirty defender. AI handle was illegal. That crossover was a carry. Oh, come on, Sherwin. Come on. I mean, yeah, sometimes it was, but nobody was guarding AI. He wasn't stopping AI, yo. Nobody.
That still happens to this day. You know what I'm saying? That everybody travels. Everybody does a.
He used to bring it up to head. Yeah, that's why not every PG is.
Everybody carries the ball though. You see them just bringing the ball up and they're carrying the ball, and the referees never call it.
Marbury used to get steals. It doesn't mean he was the best defender, but he used to get steals off the interceptions. He used to just read passing lanes so well. He used to read when he was going to pass it to his man and just take it and then put. He used to pull up from half court. It's just one dribble from half court and make it. Like Marbury was that good. You know what I'm saying? But point guards is different play for point guards in the league. Yeah, the glove. You know what? Soulfinger, I was going to mention Gary Payton. Gary Payton was a good one that could defend. You know, he was a good one that could defend, played both sides. I like Gary Payton a lot. I wanted to see the Sonics win, but Jordan Baldhead behind was in their way, man. I wanted to see them win. I did. Look at the guard that led us to 41 wins. Elf, I guess. I like Elf, man. I just don't like Elf. I don't know, man. Chris Paul, Marcus Smart, Beverly Holiday, only point guards who I can say that play. Yeah. Those are the only ones that I can. I mean, there's more. You know, Rondo played it when he was younger. Rondo was a great. That's one right there that used to change the pace of a game. Rondo used to play defense when he was like younger. You know what I mean? You know, when he was able to do it. I could name a lot of guys, yo, that was like good defenders at point guard. If you want me to get off topic, off the Knicks, I could do that. We could have. You didn't debate. Steph changed the game, so he's one. I could agree, T-Jack. He did change the game. Look at the game today. Even if Steph was to sit out, if Steph was to sit out this season is still because of Steph. You need 3-point shooting, so it's.
Oh, did he freeze up? All right, so he's talking about Steph Curry not playing the defense and changing the game. So I can agree to that. I mean, everybody's shooting from the logos right now. So, you know, IQ's doing it. Lillard's doing it. You know, Trae Young's doing it. I mean, still 3 points, no matter how you look at it.
Still 3 points.
Yeah,
you don't remember Rondo playing up?
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of Curry, so.
Culley in the Matrix. Oh, I was spinning. AI was good at reading the passing lanes for those steals. Yes. I don't like Elf, but he helped us. He did. I'm a Georgetown, but his dribble was not voidable. I watched college because of Georgetown. I mean, yeah. Who you like, Sherwin? Who you like at the point guard? Who would you like for this Knicks team? I want to know. What about Derek Harper? When Derek Harper played for the Knicks, I think he was a solid two-way player. Well, Derek Harper was more of he was a good vet. He was a gunslinging good vet. Yeah, Derek Harper, Chris Childs, Mark Jackson, Rod Strickland. Rod Strickland was the shortest tenured Knick that played for us. What, he played for 2 years? 1 year, 2 year. Facts, they all pulling out, way out. Yeah, Sub. Soulfinger said Sub. Facts, they're pulling up. Yeah, they're pulling all the way from the logo. Okay, Jason Kidd was another one. That could defend. That's about it. Not many points.
It's going to be interesting with the rule change this year, how the defense steps up and how they're allowed to get in their chest and not have to worry about that swing, you know, that swing, whatever swing shot that the James Harden, you know, move or you know, just jumping into players when. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. If RJ would just drive to the basket and slow down and kind of let the defender run into him as he extends forward, he could get that shot because that's not a you know, offensive foul. So
Right.
So a lot of the players are still going to do that. That stop and go where they're running into players. You know, there's those point guards like Trae Young. He's still going to have that in his bag, where he's going to bait players into doing that, and IQ does that as well. So there's going to be certain things they could do that, that keep them going to the line and getting points that way. It's just not going to be all those other non-basketball moves, which, like I said, which will allow the defense to play a lot harder than what they were allowed to in the previous years. So yeah, we'll see.
Right. I was just thinking about you said earlier. I would love Pat Bev coming off the bench for Tibbs. That sounds scary. Yeah, Pat Bev will be solid. I like Pat Bev. I see he was talking junk to KD. I gotta look at that again. I want to look at that video.
I like the group. I like the group of guys that we have. I like the characters that each player has, and I don't know if Beverly is one of those guys, because even though he gets into players' heads, he does make a lot of questionable decisions, and just being on the bench. If you look at the bench, you look at our bench, they're all cheering and clapping, and then you look, if you looked at that when they were in the bubble and Patrick Beverly's laughing at people, and you know what I'm saying, they kind of like stirring the pot, and so yeah, certain guys I'm not willing to bring over to our team. I'm happy with the group that we have.
Yeah, I like the group we have. Salute, Keyshawn. What up, brother? I feel like tweaks. I feel like if things aren't working out, tweaks will be made. I feel like tweaks will be made mid-season, possibly if things aren't working out. But I like the group of guys we have. I see we cut Bacon. I actually like Bacon. Let's get to that. Not really much to say because we didn't really see nothing from him anyway. But what is cutting Bacon? Is it? That means a roster spot is available, right? I know we signed up the dude. What's the dude we signed? Brandon Goodwin. We signed Brandon Goodwin,
which is sure.
He's another 6-foot guard. I see he's probably gonna go to the G League, but I feel like cutting Bacon opens up another spot. I don't know who it goes to, but we'll see. We'll see. That's about all I can say. We'll see.
Salute, Keyshawn. What's going on, my G? Yeah, I mean, we have a couple of spots open, but we'll see if Tibbs opens up the rotation and see what these guys are all about. I mean, so far we haven't seen Walker. We saw Amir, though. So how do you feel about Amir? Because Amir got some run last game over Jericho. Jericho didn't get any play time in the second half. You saw Amir come in or second quarter. No, he came in the second quarter. Yeah, and took Jericho Sims' spot at center. He's an undersized center if he's at 6'8". But I mean, he was. Go ahead. So I asked you a question. I kept going. So go ahead. Well, how do you feel about Amir Sims?
Amir Sims. I don't know. I'm not the most crazy about Amir Sims. That's just me. I'm not the most crazy about him. I don't got nothing against him though. However, I know he has some type of game. I know Tibbs likes him. So I'm not totally against him or nothing. I don't got nothing bad to say about him. I don't really got anything to say about him actually at all. I just he's solid. I'll see what he could do. That's about it. Like I said, I'm not big on him. So we'll see what's up. That's about it.
Yeah, he's an undersized center at 6'8", but he's like 250. I saw him next to Randall, and he was a lot bigger than Randall, and they're both 6'8". So, and the way he moved around on the court, he kind of moved around like Randall does, where they're able to, slide their feet and get back on defense and switch on defense and hold his own on center. So, it was just a small sample size, but for 11 minutes, he got 4 boards and 2 assists, and I didn't see him shoot. And so as far as his offensive game, that's still to be determined. But I feel defensively, he's a Tibbs guy where he's able to guard maybe at least the 4 and the 5. I don't know how quick he is to guard a 3, but I was nothing bad to say about the guy, but just to be surprised when I saw him out there. Yeah, like I was just like, who's this guy? Oh, okay, that's Amir Sims. All right, see what he's about. And yeah, I mean, as a defensive player, he did pretty good. That's why I was asking. He'll probably get some more run tomorrow because I think Tibbs already knows what Jericho is all about as far as his defense. And, just got to give this guy a chance to see if he gets that roster spot. Because the other two, we have Jericho Sims on a 2-way, and is Walker on a 2-way, or who's the other 2-way?
Walker, Jericho Sims, probably Amir as well.
Yeah, so I mean we have a couple of roster spots.
Right. Man, we just cut bacon. You know what I mean? We just cut bacon, so we're gonna see what's up.
I don't know though. I mean, the way this is the last game before dress rehearsal before the last game. So does Tibbs shorten his rotation? I'm going with that because we all know how Tibbs is, and he just wants to win regardless, or else he wouldn't have put Taj and Randall in the whole third quarter and have him close out the fourth. So I don't know how much run these guys are going to get to showcase their abilities in this last game. Yeah.
I don't think Tibbs does nothing to the rotation. I don't think he does nothing to it. I think it's the same. I think it's the same rotation, man. To be honest with you, as the previous games, unless Kemba not playing, but I think it's the same. Same rotation, man. Same rotation. Salute Kev Guapo. He said, if RJ starts finishing at the basket and taking shots off the bounce, he will be an all-star. Exactly. That's what I said earlier. Exactly. I think so. Got to keep Taj fresh this year. He needs his bounce. I agree with that too. Both Small will keep him fresh. Keep him fresh so you can get this type of production out of him when it matters. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing I didn't see about Amir Sims was he wasn't much of a rim protector. He wasn't going up there blocking shots, and you know what I'm saying, in that way. But I mean, he's a big dude to hold his own though. So I mean, I don't know how much help he would be at the 5 if he was to get some run, maybe play him at the 4. But like I said, that's yet to be determined. And,
right.
It was just a surprise to see him out there.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just kind of hoping. I just want to see Mitch back. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see Mitch with Kemba, and at least even if it's just for the first 6 minutes of the first quarter, and then they don't play afterwards, just to see that unit at full strength and how they gel together. I'm kind of hoping to see them at full strength.
Hold on. Let me tell Freeze. Freeze. Thank.
And then we're back at it right on what, Tuesday the 20th, right? This is our first game against Boston.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for that one. I can't wait for that one too. I think we could win that one. That's Kemba's old team, so let's see how Kemba feel about that one.
Now, is that at home or is that a away game?
I think, is that away? I think that's away. I gotta look again. Oh, pardon me. I gotta look again. How much important both Mitch and Noel are to the team. Rim protection needed badly. Last night's game. Yeah, we need rim protection. Even though we still won, but rim protection will make us look stronger. That's one thing I will say. We'll look a lot stronger with rim protection. Home? Oh, it's home? Okay. Salute Lucky Walker. Salute.
It's not only the rim protection, but it's the putbacks. You know what I'm saying? Those like the putback that
Oh yeah.
Sims had on Harrow, where it's
Right.
going off the rim and just yam it on somebody.
Mhm.
Those are the elements that Mitch brings to the table that we haven't seen on full display. And
We could win we could win the first 3 games. Maybe the first 4 or 5 or 6. I'm looking at the schedule now. We played the Magic twice in a back-to-back. We played the Sixers on the 26th. We could beat the Sixers, I think. I think we can finally catch them and beat them. I think we could beat the Bulls too, and I think we could beat the Pelicans and the Raptors and the Pacers. The Bucks, if things, I think the Bucks may be the only one to give us a hard time. And I think we could beat. Well, I'm not gonna talk about. I'll talk about that another day. But
it just like I said, it just depends if we're full strength. I mean, look at this last game. We didn't have Kemba. We didn't have Kemba starting, and just that one person just threw off the whole rotation. We have Taj out there starting at center, and it would be Mitch out there. Then it'd be Novas with the second unit, and then we didn't have Kemba, so Rose had to slide in there and become the starting point guard. And then IQ had to slide from the 2 to the 1. Then Burks had to slide from the 3 to the 2, and Obi and then Knox came in as a 3, and Obi at the 4. So that right there just lets you know who Tibbs trusts and who Tibbs is willing to put out there on the court, with those units and not the rooks. We saw McBride and Grimes in summer league, and we were hoping that we would see those guys with IQ and Obi and kind of see what they look like as a unit against NBA talent. But yeah, Tibbs wasn't willing to do that. So maybe if we get a 20-point lead in the 4th, with 6 minutes and some change, he'll throw those guys in. But I'm just having wishful thinking right now because we all know Tibbs is one of that coach that steps on people's throats and doesn't let them up. So we'll see.
Tibbs was moving cats around like musical chairs.
Salute LOIs. Salute.
LOIs, salute, brother. Yeah, Tibbs was moving cats around, I will say. No, I got you, Robin. Nick, I got you. I'm just waiting for Freezy.
Yeah. Did you hear that? I was watching YouTube earlier, and there's a show coming out called what was it called? Swagger. It's called Swagger with O'Shea Jackson as the basketball coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's about kids in high school going to AAU. Whether they're gonna make it to the league or they're gonna take that next level. And we were talking about that last time of favorite basketball movies, and we had that going in the chat for a minute. Mine was Above the Rim, and yours was Sunset Park. And
that's right, Sunset Park. Oh man,
yeah. Then
that one.
And then Freezy had came in throwing in Blue Chips, and I was surprised you didn't know who Blue Chips was with Shaquille O'Neal and Penny Hardaway.
Yeah,
Nick Nolte as the coach for the Washington University Dolphins or something like that. No, you don't remember that one?
Nah, that one I don't remember.
Yeah, yeah. They're buying all the players. They're buying Shaquille O'Neal, Mercedes Benz or Beamer or something, and
Blue chip?
yeah, and Penny Hardaway got a house for his mom, so with a front yard and a white picket fence, and and the other cat who was a 3-point sharpshooter, they bought his dad a tractor, good old John Deere tractor. So they're trying to be like Brooklyn and buy their chip. So it's called blue chips. Yep. And then the one I didn't throw out there was a rebound with was it Don Cheadle? Don
Cheadle?
Yeah, Don Cheadle, yeah.
The guy from Harper?
Yeah. That was another, the GOAT, with the GOAT.
The GOAT. Earl Manigault? Was it Earl Manigault?
Yep, Earl Manigault, yeah.
I remember. Where he played, he touched the backboard. There was a penny, put a penny on it.
Yeah. That was what I had forgot that day. I had remembered it, but I was trying to think of the name. I was so it was, the blue chips.
He Got Game is number one. He Got Game is fire. As far as basketball movies, I don't know, man.
You said Sunset Park, so you got to stick with it now.
Sunset Park. I love Sunset Park.
Sunset Park. What time is it? It's time to get down. Time to represent.
I just feel like
that's when Fred Joe Star had the one sleeve, the one shirt sleeve, and the other one, and
it's just him. Fred Joe Star, just them being from Queens, I feel like it's the most relatable. I don't know, man. And I played ball,
He had wrote a note to Shorty. He's like, "Hey girl, I love you more than Hardaway loves Shaq or something." I was like, what is he doing?
Coach Carter. Carter was a good one too, Boost Mode, but there was a lot of Joanna Man. Oh, he said Joanna Man all day. You had the 6 man. You have Above the Rim. Above the Rim was one of my soul fingers. Said Sunset Park Fire. That was one of my favorite as a kid.
Above the Rim is, like I said, Above the Rim is my favorite. Here comes up.
I'm not gonna put it on, but I'm gonna get it ready. I might just watch Sunset Park tonight, man. Sunset Park is my ish, man. I'm sorry, that was my ish, man.
Mine's Above the Rim. I still got Above the Rim in plastic in a DVD player in my man cave.
Above the Rim,
like it's a collectible item or something. You know what I'm saying? It's
you had to appreciate Above the Rim.
In plastic. I'm trying to tell you, I used to watch that movie every day before my game. And try to ball out like dude, I forgot his name.
You had to appreciate Above the Rim, man. You had to, if you liked you know what I mean. If you liked basketball movies, check Soul in the Hole. I'm gonna check that out. I like the movie called. I also like the movie called The Red Sneakers. Nobody might have read it, but as a kid, I did. The kid found red sneakers. He started balling. I think
the one Sergeant G had brought up, Sergeant G, man, he like the fish something, the fish called Wanda or something. I had looked it up, and that was an old school movie. Like there was like pimps with the fish in the boots and and the fur coats and all that. I was like, oh, okay. I just had checked out the trailer real quick, but there was a lot of good ones. And the one I was telling you about was One-on-One. It was
the Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. Fish That Saved.
Yeah. The Fish That Saved.
Some people brought up the what's the movie? The guy that not Ben, the one that when Ben Affleck was coaching.
Yeah, that's the one. I had brought up too. Yeah, where he's a drunk coach. He's a drunk coach.
That movie was actually good though.
Yeah, it was okay. It was all right. He was on the job.
He was a drunk coach that was about to lose his job. That was actually all right.
Yeah.
Now this is good.
One-on-one though. One-on-one's a pretty good one too. You know what I'm saying? It's back in the 70s. It's like 77 where this kid's a point guard and he's undersized and he's trying to make the team in college, and then what I'm saying? Semi-pro. Oh, Will Ferrell, semi-pro. LOIs threw that one out there.
Earbud. He said earbud.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find Sunset Park now. I'll find it.
Yeah, but that one I was telling you about, I'm about to check that one out. It comes out October 29th. It's like I said, it's with O'Shea Jackson as a coach, and he's even wearing the mask and everything while he's talking to players. so
I'm gonna check it out. Oh shit!
Yeah. What about did you see Uncle Drew? How'd you feel about Uncle Drew?
I didn't see that one either. I didn't even bother.
Yeah, my wife had took me to the movie. She goes, I got a surprise for you. We're gonna go watch a movie. I'm like, all right. And then it was Uncle Drew. I was like, I can't be mad about it. At least you tried and took you to a basketball movie. Yeah.
Bowl in Brooklyn. I'll probably check that out. Anybody? Here goes a gritty one. It's not a basketball movie. Anybody seen Fresh? That's not really a basketball.
Yeah, well, Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, it's not really basketball.
Put him on the clock. Put him on the clock. You know what I'm saying? Beat the brakes off him too. Put him on the clock. I'll beat the brakes off it too. Yeah. Remember
that movie?
For now on, you call me Chuck E. All right. Call me Chuck.
Yeah, Chuck E. Yeah, Chuck E. Chuck E. Yeah, that was my movie, yo.
Yeah.
Basketball, but y'all remember? If y'all saw the movie, I remember. Kid got killed just for being nice and bald. I ain't trying to bring that up. I'm just reflecting, man. I like that movie, man. Fresh. I want to watch an old movie now. I just gotta get it ready. But anyway, who else we talking?
Since we're on that top, there is another one with the. It's kind of like similar to that where the mom leaves and it's in New York, and he's in the projects the whole time for the whole summer with his boyfriend across the hall. He's only like 12 years old, and he's in the running the streets. I can't think of it right now. What's that girl's name? The singer Jennifer Hudson. She was the mom.
Jennifer.
Yeah. She was the mom in the movie, and she ends up going to jail. She's like a hooker or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then the police and what is it called? Child Protective Services is trying to knock on the door and trying to get him, but he's always on the run. And the whole summer he was just living on his own. You know what I'm saying? And taking care of his boy too at the same time. And he was only like 12 years old, maybe 13. Yeah, that was a good one too. Oh, Glory Road. Glory Road's a good one. Yeah, I forgot about Glory Road.
Question here. Yes, thank you, Boost Mobile. Yes, get them likes up, man. Like and subscribe to us, man. Follow through. We got a question from Keyshawn. He said, "Is RJ going to be a perennial all-star or a fringe type of player?" I think an all-star. You want to answer that first, Sub?
I mentioned that. I mean, like eventually, or do we time frame on that?
Yeah, no time frame. But do you think eventually he'll be an all-star, or do you think he's going to be fringe?
Yeah. Eventually he'll be an all-star, but like right now, there's just too many stars right now with the Bradley Bills and the Chase Tatums and the Browns, and there's just too many guards at that position for him because he don't get no love anyways. He gets snubbed every year, and it just gives him motivation. He just goes back in the lab. So it's just a popularity contest, if you ask me, and that's why Randall had to get voted by the coaches to get that final spot. You know, so to me, it's just whoever has the most jerseys sold is the guy. You know, the guy who's gonna get that all-star spot. And until those guys retire, then I don't see RJ getting any all-star votes. That's just in my book, though.
I see him getting it. Like I said earlier. What up, Rob?
Rob, the knowledgeable Nick. Nice to meet you.
What's up, bro? I've been checking you out. How y'all been doing?
Good, brother. Good.
Cool. We just kicking it.
I think he'll get it when like I said earlier, when he makes them layups, that he should them bunnies, then I think all-star status. When he
Who's
starts,
that?
he could be that 3-and-D. He could be that good defender. I can see him being a good defender, but I think he has to knock it down off the three, which I think he will. He has to finish them bunnies. When he does that consistently, then we talking, all-star. Then we talking perennial all-star. Then we talking that. 'Cause that means he's defending and giving you buckets. He's not, you know what I mean? Then everything else will come along with that. You know what I mean? I think everything else will follow through. Then I think his game will start to evolve more around that. He'll get it. He don't have to be the guy. He's a baby, so he'll come up. He'll get
You
it.
talking about RJ?
RJ, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. RJ, he works hard.
Right.
You got to give it to him. And but I just see like right there, going to the basket, I think he starts out too far. He needs to be a little bit in close so then he can put his physical strength on the basket, because when he gets in, because he really doesn't have any lift. So that that stops him also.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking if he can get in like around the key and down one or two moves, then he can use his strength to get to the back to make the shot. Because he usually gets fouled on the way there. And he goes to the line a lot. So I think that can offset him missing bunnies, because most of the time he's getting fouled.
Right.
So he have to make it up on the line. He has to become a better free throw shooter. Like 75% last year was good, but he can get to the line a whole lot more than that. If his point of attack is closer to the rim, one or two moves there, net backing down, and then you putting up a shot in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll do a whole lot better that way. But
Right.
I wanted to talk about something right quick that y'all was talking about when I was on the way home from work. And it was like the defensive guards. Look, me personally, I seen like 4 different decades of guards. And right now, they changed the rules so much that nobody plays defense. Steven Jackson put it best when he was playing. He said that it's 5 people in the whole NBA when he was playing that he can honestly say plays defense. Defensive players are made in the playoffs. Because you ever noticed that you never found a defensive player, the defensive player that they would consider a defensive player on a losing team. But yet, defensive losing teams have, because if you're playing a slow down offense, you're going to have subjectively a good defense, which is really not a good defense. But if you can't score the ball, you're going to have the worst offense and you'll have the best defense because you're running a slower pace. So if you hold possessions, you'll hold. So really, technically, nobody is playing defense to the point that they used to. And I felt as though last year when we played Atlanta, Thibodeau recognized that his style of play back in the day with his defense is not going to work going forward. He said I feel as though he came to the conclusion that I can teach defense, but I can't teach offense because it's a make or break. So you give me guys that can make shots, I'm a good enough defensive coach to put the whole team on the string and work it from that perspective. He doesn't need, that's what I'm saying. The defense might suffer a little, but as a unit, they're gonna play pretty good. Because Fournier is showing you right now that he can play defense better than he did in Atlanta, and it's just on the coaching. Because defense is always what they say, effort. Defense is effort. Offensive is skill. So you give me more skilled players in a league that's not allowing you to play defense like that. Like you can call out your best player that's a defensive player, and I can show you why he's not. I can show you why he's not. It's going to be situational defense. You might get a block with the game on the line. You do that 3 times a week and your team is in the playoffs, you'll make an all defensive team. If you stay in front of somebody and if your team is in the playoffs, because like I said, bad teams don't have no good defensive players at the end of the year. But when that person gets switched to another team that's winning, he's playing the same caliber of defense that he always played, but now it's being recognized. You can't hand check no more. It's a lot of things that gives the offensive player the advantage. So when you look at defense, you got to look at that thing a whole different way. Two-way players, oh yeah, okay, yeah. What player that you know, like even the Bucks guy. People scored 40 while he was playing in the game. People scored 50 while he was playing in the game. You know, but when it came up to that key block or something that changed the momentum for them to go on a run, the reporters recognize that as being a defensive. Now you're a defensive player. Now you're a two-way player. But they all get cooked because the rules don't allow them to play defense like that. So, you know, don't get caught up in the hype of that. Trae Young, like you were saying, Scully, he was being hid. And a lot of teams do that. That wasn't new, but we didn't have enough offensive talent last year to hide anybody. You know, but this year, it's going to be different. He's going to teach us defensive principles, and he wants you to stick to that. And if you do that as a team collective, we're going to be all right. It's not going to be, oh, you don't have an individual defender. No, you don't have to have one. You got to have to be able to play teams as a defensive unit. And then you're going to be all right. Everybody is on the string. Everybody knows what they have to cover. But that's a team concept, not an individual concept. You know, nobody is going to just be like, you know, you're not running in there trying to get 40, 50. Every game, that's not going to work like that. You're not going to need to put one in key moments. You're going to have to put your best defender on a best offensive player. But that's not all game. It's when the game is on the line. And that's with anybody, because everybody you called out, Steve Nash never played defense.
Right. Never.
You know, Stockton and Joe Dumars was of the same era, and Derek Harper, where you can hand check. So you can pretty much move the player to where the player needs to be.
Where you want him to be, right?
Yeah, so now you can't do none of that. You know, they throwing all of that is straight out they throwing that straight out the window. You can't do none of that. So defense, like Sherm, I don't know why he's a Knicks fan. Because I don't know who he like. Everybody he talk about, they can't do this, they can't do that, they're not going to win this many games, they're not going to do that. But yet, you're in the Knicks chat room.
I just like the fact that RJ said he's willing to take on the best, you know, wing player. And give you an example, when he went up against Bill, and, you know, Bill could cook anybody. He's an all-star player himself. He played to his strengths on guarding Bill. He actually would guard Bill with his back to the basket, his back to the ball. That way Bill couldn't get the pass from you know who was passing him the ball, and it worked the majority of the game because Bill only ended up with 14 points, and it frustrated him to the point where even when they went 1-on-1. RJ was in front of him, and Bill was trying to get to the basket, and he lost the ball, and Kemba came in trying to get the ball on the ground and fouled him. But you know that's not usually the defense you want, because you want your eye on the ball and your hand on the man and your back to the basket. But in that circumstance, RJ being 6'7" to Bill 6'3", he had that advantage. So not letting the inbound pass come. And it only didn't work one time where he got set on a pick and RJ didn't see that screen coming. And he tried to, and Bill went around the curl out, and he was just in chase mode at that point. But overall, he didn't let him catch the ball on that matchup, which was at first I was like, what are you doing, RJ? And I was like, oh, okay, he's not letting him inbound that pass from the top of the key from the other guys. So it worked out in that point. And so I'm impressed with some of that, some of that defense he was willing to take. And another time, like you said, Fournier's not the quickest guy, but his defensive awareness is smart. He got beat on a backdoor cut, and the guy went under the basket to lay it up, and he still blocked that guy. So it was that effort of Fournier to get back on defense and be able to block that pass. So even though you're not the most athletic guy, you can still have high basketball IQ and awareness to know your angles and to know you get back on defense, whether it's help defense or blocking the ball. So as a unit, we have those guys. We have Kemba who leads the league in charges. So there's going to be, and we have Mitch who's the blockness monster. So we do have guys who have strengths in different areas, and together, as a unit, we'll pull those strengths from one another and have each other's back. And that's why it's so important for Jericho to be more outspoken, and that's why Kemba and Rose are out there trying to get him to be more outspoken, because they are the defensive anchors. You got to be able to call a screen. You got to be able to communicate on defense and talk to one another. Saying, "Oh, watch the screen. I got this guy." Or switch. You got to be able to communicate. So they're trying to get that out of Jericho, because he's not a very outspoken guy. But we do have a lot of veterans on the team who have those strengths, who just know basketball. So even though we don't have lockdown defenders, we have high IQ players on the vets on the team who's going to keep the defense afloat and maintain that top 10 defense this year, in my book, for what I think. And it's been showing that, we've been able to keep these teams in either the 90s or the lower hundreds. And I just feel like it'll continue this year until we go against those, those Brooklyns or the Warriors, or those teams are just lights out shooters. That's just my little input on it on defense.
Good take. That's solid. Yeah, he gonna become a solid defender. You gonna work it out. Especially when you got size and strength. You're gonna be all right. And it's about learning the lead too. When you're in your first 2 years, you don't see tendencies of players. That's like players become better defenders as their career go on, because now you know the player that you're facing. You're seeing them 3-4 years. You're watching film over the summer. You know his tendencies. That's what makes you better defenders. It's not in the heart to defend. And then you'll defend.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Defending is a mentality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, Rob. Yeah. I mean, a few guys play defense.
Yeah. And that came from a defender, because Steven Jackson was known as a defender. He said it's only 5. He said in the whole league. He said, let's not get it twisted. Anybody could get 40 dropped on them if they're not getting no help. He said we NBA players, and it make perfect good sense.
Right.
He said if somebody get hot, he said it goes.
Yeah, I had brought that up earlier. The rules are changing with the James Harden, swinging and jumping into players and all that. So it's going to give them, more leeway. It's going to give them more leeway in defending and getting up in your chest than in previous years. Because
that shot right there and shooting that one hand floater and all of that. That's why when you see they trying to change from it, like players, it's hard for them to drive past the player, stop playing and full straight up. They always go into the basket with the floater. because now it became habit. Now they done it all through AAU, all through high school. Now, as soon as you get to the pros, you never develop the blow by defender straight and pull straight up. They don't even do that. It's a floater. But now that they can't do it, I want to see how they change it, because they're going to struggle with it a lot. It's going to be funny to see, because there's a lot of young players with that. Now that's going to be taken away.
Well, it's because the mid-range game has been deleted as well. So now instead of the floaters, there's going to be a lot of more pick and pops. You know what I'm saying? A lot of pocket passes. You kind of saw it with Taj and RJ. RJ does a lot of pick and pops with Taj, and Taj be at the charity stripe, letting it rip from right there. So I think that's going to open up more in the league, where the middy's going to be more of a shot than it was in previous years, because it was either get to the cup or shoot a three. And I just think that's going to open up more, because it'll be less floaters and more mid-range jumpers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at the comments. My fault. Style will be predicated on D and being able to get stops with tears. I just see us being more. Yeah, I see us being more up tempo. Offense. Sometimes defense. Because I remember when, for example, like you said, Rob. Me, I saw. People may hate me for this. They may not agree with me, but when Raymond Felton was here that year, I think it was the 2013-2014 season. A lot of people hated him. They said, get him out. He can't defend. But I'm like, yo, y'all are so mad at him guarding other teams' point guards. It's a team effort. We all the whole team got to chip in, man. Like, somebody got to step up and either help him or, just stay home. Do something else. Got to give. I was never mad at just Felton. I like Felton.
Nah,
I was going
me
to
neither.
him just like.
Yeah. His first year was Stoudemire before Melo came. That first year, he was solid. He was like almost all-star potential that year.
Right.
And I'll take that team right there, when they was talking about depth, what team can match depth with this team right there, that team could. That team had depth. Before they got Melo, that team was deep. You had Wilson Chandler, you had Al Harrington, you had Stoudemire. That team was really
Chandler, Ronnie,
David Lee. David Lee was still there.
David Lee wasn't with us.
Gallo, Laundry.
We Laundry Fields. We got rid of David Lee because we had to clear up space. So we lost Al Harrington.
Mm-hmm.
David Lee, Nate Robinson. We got rid of those guys. We had a weak bench. We had I don't know if we had Balkman, but we had that dude. Was it Bill Walker? Yeah, Bill Walker.
Was Novak there at the time? Was Novak there at the time?
I don't think Novak was there. I think the next year.
Next year, huh?
Next year. That was 2011. No, it was the next year.
Okay.
Yeah, Ronnie Turrier. We didn't really have a big man. Stoudemire had to guard some big men. But anyway, yeah. What I was saying was Felton was one guy, and then his second stint with us when we had Melo, Felton was solid that 54 win season year. He was very solid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that next season when we 2014, 2013, people would say, "Oh, get Felton out of here." Felton was not the biggest issue. He was not the problem.
He wasn't.
You know what I mean? Felton was not the issue. Everybody was like, "Oh, he can't guard nobody." At least he stepped up and tried. I never hated him. People were sitting there getting on him. We had a weaker team. That's what it was. We had Andrea Bargnani, who we should have never had. That was one issue I could tell you. That was one issue.
That's the trash heap right there.
Yeah, Felton at least would use the screen. He would use the screen to pick and roll and try to get a guy open. That's one thing.
Leon Rose. You can thank Leon Rose for that.
For which one? For Bargnani? Yeah.
For Bargnani, yeah.
Yes, you're right. Yes. He referenced Bargnani, yes. And we thought about Freezy, since you here, we was talking, the Knicks was thinking about getting someone else. And then he referenced Bargnani. You remember?
Hey, what's up, Rob? How you doing, man?
Oh, what's up, Unc? What's good in the neighborhood?
Freezy.
Ain't nothing to it. Yo,
Breezy, we was
Yo, can you hear me?
not to cut you off with Rob and stuff. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
What was we thinking about getting? We thought about getting somebody else, and Leon Rose
Greg
said-
Monroe. It was Greg Monroe.
at the time.
Greg Monroe from the Detroit Pistons.
We thought about getting him over Bargnani.
Yeah, remember Detroit had Greg Monroe and Andre Drummond playing together, and they couldn't fit together.
Yes, they couldn't fit.
Yeah, because they're both back to the baskets.
Yeah,
Back to the basket kind of guys. They had Josh Smith. Remember that's too much clogging of the lane. You know what I mean? Josh Smith just left the Hawks to go play over there. Yeah, you know what I mean.
He was with them then.
Yeah, Josh Smith, Brandon Jennings. They had and I like Brandon.
Yeah.
He started getting it together the next season. Then he tore his ACL, and then next thing you know, he plays with us 2 years later. I like Brandon Jennings though. That's me. But anyway, I like Felton, man. I liked him that year. Felton was the dog. He was low key a dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we'll get to that. One day I hope I can come on here. Probably have some Henny in my system, and we could talk about the Pacers. We could talk about the series. Not the one with the finger roll. I'm talking about Game 6, 2013. Hopefully one day we could talk about that again. We could.
The block.
Yeah, the block. And it wasn't even about the block. I give Hibbert his credit, but hopefully one day we could talk about the free throws that the Pacers shot that game. They shot. Was it 54? Was it 54? It's the one hitting me with this one. They shot 46. I'm sorry. They shot 46 free throws. They made 36. We shot 18 of 18. 18 times 2 is what? 36. They shot double what we made. You know what I mean? They only beat us by about 5 or 6 or 7. But we'll talk about that another day. That's neither here nor there. We'll take a trip down memory lane with some of the Knicks series. My fault. What do I want to get back to? There's so many things to talk about with the Knicks. That's my bad. What are we talking about? Point guards that play defense for the Knicks, or we just talking about defenders for the Knicks in general?
Well, I just say me personally, when you're talking about individual defense, that's like really pretty much a dead topic for me because technically I don't believe in it. I believe in team defense is the best thing. You can have the alpha of the defense, one who's going to bite when you tell them to bite, but at the end of the day, we had an all defensive play. We had a good defensive player, right? And we kicked him straight out of New York. What we did with the Elf of Wall Street. He was a good defensive player, but he wasn't giving you nothing else. So if you could play good defense, oh, well and good. But if you don't got no offense behind it in an offensive league, you're in trouble. You're not going to be here. Look at the difference between, check this out. I was noticing this today. Your man, Frank Ntilikina, right?
Right.
Dennis Smith Jr. They drafted one behind each other, right?
Right.
One is offensively gifted, one is defensively gifted, right?
Right.
Which one got the contract and which one trying to make the team?
Was it Frank that got the contract?
Frank got the contract.
Right.
Dennis Smith trying to make a team because then he come to find out that now you're an inconsistent offensive player. You're not even what we thought you was.
Right.
So now one got signed and one didn't.
Right.
And the difference between the both of them is one is good at his craft and one thought he was good at his craft.
I will say though, Dennis Smith is on the Blazers now.
No, but he's trying to make the team. He doesn't have a contract.
Yes. Technically, he's trying to make behind Damian Lillard. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got that boy Simon that's behind them too. It's not saying that he's gonna make the team.
Right. Simons is solid, man. I like Simons. He's solid. So
I was watching.
And then Moutier is trying to make the team too.
You see?
You know what I mean? Right.
Yeah, guard's not the issue. Their backcourt is not the issue. So they'd always miss the small forward.
I think you know what the issue is, a third scorer.
Oh, with Portland?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they problem is they front court is too small.
That too. Yeah. Covington at the 4 is too small.
And I mean, no. They backcourt is too small.
Backcourt?
Yeah. McCullen is like 6'2". Dillon is 6'1". They can't guard nobody. Neither one of them. The difference with Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars was Joe Dumars can guard.
Mm-hmm.
So Isaiah didn't have to. You can't have you can't have two liabilities back there. You can't. You're not gonna go nowhere. You're not gonna do nothing. You're gonna struggle, and then when it's time, because Damian Lillard gonna give you a 50-point scoring. He might hit 50, 40, 35, 35 and average in a series 33 points. But he's giving up, both of them are giving up that on the same end. Not to that extent, but both of them may be giving up 29. So they offset each other. One of them have to be a defensive player. And that's what Portland is not getting. You have to know a little defense, and they don't have it.
That's what I said with the Warriors. You got Clay and Curry. At least Clay can be the defensive player.
He can guard.
He can guard.
That's right.
And then they can shoot. You know.
Yeah, they both can shoot, but one can guard.
One can guard. He can cover the other one. McCullough he can't cover for Damian Lillard. He can't do it. He damn near the same height, and he just as bad as a defender. So
that's why Ben Simmons to them makes sense.
Ben Simmons to them doesn't make sense. But they got to lose one of those guys. That's the sad part.
You know? Either one, like it's always.
You know what? I would, if I was Philly, I wouldn't mind. If I was Portland, I would give up Dame for him for what your need is. Your need is, you're gonna get him. You're gonna probably get some draft picks back. You're gonna get a couple of other things, but that would solidify their whole backcourt because he doesn't mind defending. And if everybody else is scoring and you got that defender right there that can cover every position, you'll be doing just fine. They'll do just fine. But they won't do that because they don't look at it like that. They looking at the name of the player, and if we do that, then
yeah. But see, T-Jack, that's the thing. McCollum can't defend. They can't cover each other's deficiencies.
Exactly.
Clay is gifted to where he can use his length. He learned how to play defense. Well, through Mark Jackson, he learned how to play defense. He can cover up for Steph and himself and other threes. He can cover up for himself, Curry, and Draymond. If Draymond has to guard the perimeter, he can help Draymond on the perimeter. That's what makes the Warriors better. If the Blazers had that, they probably could maybe win a chip or two as well. They got two talented guys in the backcourt.
But you know what was smart about Mark Jackson when he had those two? Mark Jackson first established that both of those players, no matter what, under the cover of darkness, he made sure they was confident scoring. And then he went to him and said, now it's time to play defense. And they both bought in. But he knew what he had as far as that shooting, and he didn't try to, how I would say, no, before you shoot, no, you're going to have to start defending. It was the opposite on the West. No, you're going to have to know how to shoot. I'll teach you defense, but you keep your confidence up shooting. You can't get away with that in New York.
Right. No, TJ, I can agree. However, look at the coverage on Steph. Steph gets double coverage. Like, he'll get three guys to close him out. I know what you mean. Like, but Dame is that gifted to where he can take one guy. No, he is right. T-Jack is right. But they should get screens. Like, Covington should be setting them screens. And they should do the same thing that, make was it Nurkic, make him roll to the basket. Because Nurkic can score pretty well, They should have a guy that can roll to the basket pretty well. They're pretty tricky with that, the Warriors. They should take elements of the game and do that, but I don't know. I mean, it will work, but I don't think it'll get them far enough. I don't know. They should take those elements in the sense of the screens. But you know what it is? I guess they don't take it. That's just Terry Stotts. He's not that type of coach. Which I still think he's a good coach. However, I don't think he's predictable now as a coach. And Tibbs and Ben Simmons coexist. Yeah, I think so. Julian, my man Jules. Yeah, Ben Simmons makes too much sense for Portland. He should be the 3. They should trade Norman Powell. I'm not even gonna lie. Norman Powell, like no, if they have Simmons and Covington and Nurkic, and then Powell and then Lillard and McCollum, they have to trade all their picks away in the whole bench. They have to trade a whole bunch of guys. But Sixers is not taking. They're not taking role players. They want Lillard or McCollum, so they probably want McCollum. They don't want McCollum. That's a fact. They're not going to take just one, or they're going to want Lillard. It ain't giving like. Is that my computer? Yeah, Portland has Billups in there. Maybe change the culture. Oh yeah, I forgot. Billups is there. That's right. Ben Simmons. Yeah, spot on, Rob. He let them grow. Yeah, he did let them grow as players. I can agree. He let them go. He let them grow.
But did you see Portland lose by like 40-some points in the preseason?
Today, a lot of teams lost by 40. I don't know what's up with that.
It's because they're letting the roots play. You know what I'm saying? Like what Tibbs, he's trying to build a winning culture.
He wants to do it as early as possible. That's Tibbs, man. Yeah, he wants to build it now.
And other teams are like, we want to see what these guys are. Yeah. But what if but we were fourth last year, so you're not gonna continue to be a fourth or higher by letting these rookies play and losing. So that's what I'm saying. Tibbs is not a losing coach, and look at Portland is dropping down every year from they used to be in the middle, 4th, 5th, 6th seed. And now they're barely making the playoffs. And the way they're going, they might not even make the playoffs next year. So yeah, so all the heat that Tibbs gets, I'm fine with the choices that he makes. It's just tough love is all it is, And
right. So Portland takes too many bad threes. Just what Tibbs don't want. Maybe Billups will change it up. Which I think Knox minutes going to be for the season. I don't know. I got to look at Knox minutes for that first game.
Situational. It's going to be he's gonna have his rotation, and that's it. It's gonna be situational. If there's back-to-backs and Kemba's not playing, then we saw Rose is gonna start, and then quickly is gonna be the point guard off the with the second unit. So
right.
I just like the continuity that we had, the unselfishness that we have. Did you see that play where Burks passed it to Rose at the 3-point line, and Rose passed it back to Burks, and he hit the 3?
Yeah,
and it's like you know what I mean? Like, all right, I'm gonna give up this open shot because you're gonna be even more open. So just to have that on the team and knowing that vets, willing to make the better play for the, being selfish for the better of the team. Like I'm with all that.
Tibbs is doing right. We got new players that have to learn each other. I agree.
Yeah, we're not gonna. Our rotation's gonna get a lot smaller. So
Knox is situational. Yes.
They're all situational. Grimes is situational. McBride is situational.
Chemistry of the team. I can agree. Learning how to share the ball this year. Yep. Tibbs getting the jump. Right. Tibbs wants to establish that early. You know what I mean? The whole winning right now thing. So I'm not against it.
So we talked a lot about defense. How do you feel about offense? Because we were ranked 23rd in offense last year. I mean, I know we're going to make a jump, but do we make a significant jump and hop into top 15? I'm not going to say top 10, but do we hop into the top 15 with all the firepower we have and with the?
I say the second. Yeah. I say we hop into the teens. As far as offense, I think we hop right in the middle. That's where I think we are. I think we'll stand right in the middle. Like what 28 teams in the league or 30?
30, yeah.
I think we'll be like 14, 15. I think so. In my honest opinion, I think so.
How do you feel about that, Rob, the knowledgeable Nick, about the Knicks taking a jump in offensive rankings from 23rd to at least the teams, 15 or up?
Oh yeah, and I can add something else to that. Randall gonna be getting 25 to 27 points a game. It's not going to be what everybody think, a whole bunch of sharing, because they're going to be able to go to him because they already know that his stamina is there. And Kimber said something that was real interesting. He said, we're going to keep Randall at all-star status. So he's going to have more open looks to score, and I think he's going to take advantage of it. I could see Randall, like I said, 25 to 27 points a game. The assist is going to drop dramatically. He might be around 2 to 3 a game, but the Knicks going to be in the middle of the pack as far as offensive with the offense. They're going to at least be like, I say between 110 and 114 a game.
Yeah, because you see how he took over the third quarter in the last game. He didn't miss nothing. You know what I'm saying? He was hitting trays and hitting middies, and I mean, and he played the whole quarter, so it shows you that he got that stamina that you were talking about.
Yeah, they're gonna lean on Randall heavily to see exactly where he is. He gonna? Because my big thing is this here. I like the moves that the Knicks made, but my biggest thing this year, anyway, whether they made moves or not, is the chemistry of RJ, Randall, Quickly, and Obi. How they're growing together, and Mitch, how that thing is growing, and Knox too, how that thing is coming together. Because at the end of the day, the players that they drafted, had they run at being number ones and twos and things, they're good people to help a team grow. But we still got to keep in mind that growing the core is still important. That core is still important. You know, I don't want to see Fournier overstepping RJ. You know, I want him to see, and I hope and RJ's level of play should not let him do that. You know, because RJ to me is still a number 2 option.
Right.
You know, and I think that's the way that it should be. You know, he earned that.
Well, you can tell by Tibbs though, he's already shown that Randall is going to get the majority of the minutes, that lead the team in minutes, and the same goes for RJ. He's always leading number 2 and leading in minutes, and when Randall wasn't there, RJ was leading in minutes. So it just shows you that Tibbs trusts both of those guys as the number 1 and 2 options, and these veterans are coming onto the team, and like Kemba said, he's going to show veteran leadership, but he's not going to be the leader of the team. And I see Fournier doing the same. Well, he's going to take his shots and get to the cup, but he's also going to find the open man. But he's not going to force anything. They don't force any shots. They look to play team ball, and they're Fournier is always 4th or 5th as far as minutes played. He's never leading the team in minutes. So
yeah, and he's efficient, and I think that's going to make RJ more efficient because they're not going to be able to cover him like they've been doing it. Like have they been?
Yeah. I feel like RJ is going to make his money in the open 3. A lot of these players are able to penetrate to the basket and kick, and RJ can hit that open 3, whether it's in the corner or or wherever. And I feel like that's where he's going to make his money at. Because
I was thinking about RJ. I was watching this other video. I don't want him to be like Nick Anderson. Remember Nick Anderson in the Magic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
no, I don't see the resemblance between them. He's starting to look more like without the athleticism. When you look at his stat line, it's starting to look like Scottie Pippen's.
Similar. Well, however, RJ was good. He got better at his free throws. Because remember, Nick Anderson couldn't shoot free throws either.
Yeah.
And RJ was bad at those too.
Mhm.
I don't want RJ to but it's not in the sense of free throws. Like athleticism, okay, Nick got the athleticism. Nick Anderson had it. He was a good 3-point shooter too, which RJ is, and a good defender. He was a hell of a defender, Nick Anderson. So I don't want. What I mean by that, I was just saying I hope RJ doesn't let something shrink his confidence like Nick Anderson did. I feel like Nick Anderson, the free throws against the Bulls, that he choked up. Or was it the Rockets? I'm sorry, the Rockets. The free throws against the Rockets that he choked up. I don't want him to. I don't want that to be.
I think RJ more mentally strong than he was. Because Nick Anderson, he was.
He's a snipper. Yeah, like I see it too. But yeah, I think he does. He resembles Pippen more. Because Pippen was like more athleticism. Then he got his shot later in his career.
Mm-hmm.
But RJ got that earlier. He has a shot earlier in his career. I do see a lot more Pippen now than Nick.
Yeah, he has to get all he has to do is get into the, finishing at the basket is the angling that he's gonna need getting to the basket.
He has to.
That's all it takes. It takes he has to get better footwork because Paul Pierce was pretty much the same way. He wasn't the fastest and he wasn't the quickest, but he'll get to the rim and he'll finish his shot with you all on his back. And that's pretty much what RJ is going to have to do. He's not going to sky over anybody and dunk on you and finishing at the rim that way.
And then he'll sneak one on.
Yeah,
nice little.
He just doesn't have that finesse at the rim. He
doesn't have that lift.
Yeah,
he doesn't have that lift to
he
get
has
there.
Craftiness, but finish. I don't know what it is. It's that little. Maybe he overthinks once he gets there, or he just misses that little last fillet. Like
certain things you just born with. You're not gonna athleticism. You just not gonna. Either you have that or you don't. Either you're a high riser or you're not. But that means that still doesn't. You can finish above the rim or you can't.
High riser, yeah. But yeah, I don't mean to compare.
Yeah, but
I'm just thinking.
That doesn't mean you can't create the contact. You know what I'm saying, and then go with your offhand and use the glass.
That's
right.
Pierce. That's Pierce. That's Paul Pierce all day.
Finish with both. So I want to see that from. I want to see him finish to make.
Okay, I got a question for you guys. How come it is that a right-handed player can be right and go right all day long and nobody never says nothing? But when a left-handed player goes left all the time, why does everybody want to push him right? But they never do the same thing to a right-handed player.
Probably because it's more rare.
I don't know, because me personally, as a defensive player, I always watch the opponents I went up against, and if they're right-handed, then I force them to go left, and if they're left-handed, I force them to go right. So I mean,
but when you just watch him, but the criticism is like with RJ, for instance. Oh, he need to learn to go right, but you never hear them saying that a right-handed person needs to go left.
Yeah. Well,
you never hear the announcers say it or that for anybody.
Wait, you said you never hear him saying that a right-handed person needs to go left?
Yeah, you never hear that.
What you mean, like force them? Like they need to force them?
No, like for RJ, they says okay, like even like RJ needs to use the right hand, but they never say a right-handed player ever needs to use the left hand.
They said that with Quentin Grimes. That he needs to go to left.
Yeah, but look, that you can't even use him because he hasn't even played the NBA game yet.
No, but they say that with I'm
talking about players that's already established in the league.
No, I've seen that with players.
No, but look, they will say this on TV while he's playing or RJ, but they never say that a right-handed player never uses the left. And it's many of them that don't.
Right.
They should say that, but it's just, I mean, as a defender, it's easier when you're guarding a left-handed shooter because your hands are already there. You know what I mean? So they're probably thinking that it's
no, but see, as a right, because I'm left-handed, but it's easy to blow past a right-handed person because they all taught to think right.
That Julian Buffalo.
Yeah.
All you got to do is hesitate right and go left.
Yeah, my pops was ambidextrous, so he showed me how to dribble with both hands. So I never had that. I never had that problem. But
go both.
But yeah, I get what you're saying though. Yeah, I get what you're saying. At the same time though, Julius is left hand and he always goes right and fades away on the right side.
Right.
He fades away going out of bounds on the baseline and still shoots with his left hand. So,
James Harden. There's a lot of left-handed guys. I love Damon Stoudemire. He would go to his right a lot and pull up.
It's even like when we were in free agents and we're like, oh, a lot of guys are saying, oh, we have RJ that's left-handed and we have Jules that's left-handed. We don't want we don't want another left-handed guys because everybody's going to be going left, you know. So I mean, yeah, it's one thing that should be brought up more. But
no, I just think that just because the only reason why is because is more righties than lefties. That's it. Because look, Jordan can go right, he can go left, but most of the time Jordan is going right. But even if you know where I'm going and I can still score, does it matter?
No, not if you can still score.
Right.
I'm just here to make you the most uncomfortable, no matter which way you go. It don't matter if you study a guy. Only superstar I can recall was David Robinson was lefty, right? He was lefty.
Yeah, he was lefty.
Hakeem was righty, but
yeah, he was a righty.
No matter which way he went, Sean Kemp. Certain guys, I don't know. Who can play defense better? I don't know. See, I gotta see that when Grimes plays an NBA game. However, the defense, I give defense to Grimes, but I gotta see it on the NBA level. I would love to see Grimes locking up an NBA player or giving him a hard time, just harassing him. It might not happen because rookies get schooled. It just happens. Rookies get schooled.
Yeah, because they don't know the players. That's why I say it takes 3-4 years to become a good defender in the NBA.
Yeah.
Because you got to know tendencies. You got to at least go around the horn a couple of times to see these players before. Then once you start figuring out what they like, then you can defend them better.
People really trying to say Tibbs developed, bro. Negroes, you can't. Dudes would have been stars in the Fizdale, let alone Tibbs. I mean, D Rose was already. I mean, yeah, Rob Walter was a lefty. Rob Wader was a lefty and couldn't figure out how to stop him. You said Walter? Who's Walter?
Walter Berry.
Oh, Walter Berry?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Walter Berry. Okay. The only superstar who I can recall was David Robb. Well, Berry. Okay. I see it. My fault. I'm just reading the comments late. Rose would have been Rose on the Fizdale. Mike Johnson. I'll give you that. Rose would have been Rose. Cat would have been Cat. So, they would have been stars regardless. What up, Amar Ayer? Left-handed players. Who else was left-handed and was a threat? I like Brandon Jennings. I like Greg Monroe. I'm trying to think who else. Who was left-handed on the Dream Team? I don't know. David Robinson, but who else? David Robinson was a lefty. I'm trying to see who else. Everyone else seemed to be righties. Chris Mullin.
Hey, Culley. So two things, right? So first of all, RJ Barrett is not left-handed. He's right-handed. He just go left a lot.
I don't believe that. I know he said that, Freezy. I don't believe it.
Right. I think, but when he signed his contract, he was signing it with his right hand. And the other thing too is Culley wouldn't know who Walter Berry is, bro. That's what old heads like me and Ron.
James Harden is left-handed.
James Harden's lefty. So get out of here, Freezy. Get out of here.
Chris Bosh was left-handed. David Robinson, Chris Mullin,
Ginobili.
Reed.
Ginobili was one of the best lefties.
Mono Ginobili.
That's by
Mike
far.
Conley, Isaiah Thomas, the little short one.
Yeah.
Damon Stoudemire, Kenny Anderson.
Yeah, David Stoudemire was a hell of a good player.
Tony Kukoc.
Chris Mullin was lefty. That's right. Chris Mullin. Chris Mullin was that. I don't know why I thought he was righty.
Tayshaun Prince,
Tayshaun, yeah.
Derek Coleman, Brandon Jennings,
Yeah, I said
David Lee.
Derek Coleman, Willis Reed, yeah, Zebo. Zebo was great, a great player by far. I'm trying to think who else in the Blazers. Yeah, Zebo. Zion. He's a lefty. We're not talking about Zion right now. A lot of the lefties we mentioned, they was good shooters, wasn't they?
Oh yeah.
Right. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just thinking of left-handed ball players. That's all. What about the Drazen? What about Drazen Petrovic? But he was righty, wasn't he? Was he righty or lefty?
Oh,
The one that played for the Nets
I know you talking about. That's the one that died, right?
in the car accident. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was left-handed.
I forget Nick Van Exel. Yeah,
Got Nick the Quick.
Nick the Quick. Yeah, I forget him. What's his name? Was hell of a good player. Nick Harden.
Avery Johnson was left-handed.
Was he?
Mm-hmm. Andre Jordan, he left-handed.
Chuck Berry, Frankenberry.
You know what? They so far in between. It's like as far as like the lead, I wouldn't care what a right-handed person tell me. Well, you gonna tell me where to go?
Right.
I'm gonna go where I want to. Stop me.
Right. That's the thing, though. Once they get their spots, it didn't even matter.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't matter. Rafe LaFrance.
Oh, your boy, yeah, Zach Randolph. He was left-handed too.
Zach Randolph. I like Rafe LaFrance. He was solid.
Michael Redd, left-handed.
That's the superstar I was looking for, Michael Redd. Michael Redd was solid.
Mm-hmm. Ben Simmons is left-handed.
Ben Simmons. Surprisingly, he can't even shoot a damn basketball.
Oh, but everybody else can shoot. Nick Van Exel, he left-handed.
Greg Monroe was lefty, but he ain't none. Petro. Which Petro? Which Petro you talking about? Not the Petro that's not important, is it? Alan Lavelle was the first left-handed, and that's what he was doing. They still didn't stop. Yeah, it didn't even matter. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, certain guys that was lefties, they couldn't even stop them. It didn't even matter. Even righties, it couldn't stop him. You see Jordan, couldn't stop him anyway. No matter if you pushed him off the block, it didn't even matter. Kobe, you pushed him off the block, it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Melo is like that today. It don't matter where you put Melo. LeBron, certain scorers, yo.
Oh, yeah.
Brandon Roy was a heck of a scorer. Didn't matter where you put him. Anthony Mason was a lefty, yes.
Yeah.
Was he a red lefty? Yeah, he was. Right. I didn't mean to get y'all talking about lefties. Yeah, Julian Blum. Yeah, we said Damon Statman. That was one of my favorite Mighty Mouse. That was one of my
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I love Damon Statman. Yeah. Johan Petro. Was it Johan Petro? Him?
What, Detlef Shrimp? Remember him?
Yeah, I was gonna say Detlef Shrimp. He was lefty?
Yeah, I think he was lefty.
I was gonna say Detlef Shrimp. I didn't think of him though, but I thought of him. I didn't think of him, but I was gonna say his name.
Yeah, we said Kenny Anderson, right?
No, we
No.
did.
Yeah, he was lefty.
Now I'm really sitting here thinking, yeah. Kenny Anderson was another one. Rod Strickland was righty, right? Yeah, he was righty.
Yeah, he was righty.
I'm really thinking him, really sitting here thinking about lefties in the NBA. Brevin Knight. Not that it mattered. Mike Conley's a lefty. Not that it mattered, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brevin Knight was solid.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob, let me ask you a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Is Mark Jackson a New York Knick or an Indiana Pacer?
I would have to say once a Knick, always a Knick. But Mark, he had his best games with the Pacers. What you think?
I think he a Pacer. I don't look at Mark Jackson as a Knick.
Yeah, but he won Rookie of the Year with the Knicks, so so
Right,
yeah.
but he went to the NBA Finals with the Pacers.
Yeah, but he came back twice. So he's a Knick because he left and he came back. And he didn't leave on his own. He was traded.
I was about to say, why did he leave? He was traded, wasn't he? Traded.
Yeah, he was traded. Yeah, Mark. I would say, Mark is a Knick. I know if he ever went into the Hall of Fame, he would go as a Knick.
Woody, he created the teardrop in Indiana to get over.
No, he didn't. Remember? He did that with Ewing, and he was doing it at St. John's.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, Mark is a Knick, man. St. John's, drafted by the Knicks. Then you came back home. Then you retired. Yeah, he got to be a Knick.
Yeah, I think he a Pacer, bro. I just don't. When I think about him, I just think about him being the out of shape point guard that got Ryan Strickland traded.
But
that's how I view Mark Jackson.
I don't think that Mark was out of shape. Mark just never had no cut to
him. Bro, you can't be 6'2", you can't be 6'2", 235 playing point guard in the NBA, bro.
That's too fat.
Mark is not 6'2". Mark is about 6'5".
Mark Jackson?
Man, that joke. I saw, man, listen, I know what 6'5" is, bro.
Hey, look at here. Mark Jackson is not 6'2". He about 6'4", 6'5".
I'll tell you right now. 6'1".
Huh?
Right. That's what I'm telling you. Yes.
6'1".
Yes, I can look down in that dude's head.
Nah, man, Mark. Where you get that at, Scully?
I looked it up on Google.
Rob, I'm telling you, that dude come up to my mouth, bro. And you seen me in person.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Freezy like 5'10" in person. Right, Freezy? Freezy still here? Freezy about 5'7". Says he's 6'1". I can't hear Pacer. He backed up Miller and Dale Davis, but Acorn face.
Yeah, if I got Tim's on, I'm about 5'7".
Freezy about 5, at least 5'8", 5'9".
Nah, 5'7" is right, bro.
5'7"?
That's what's on my driver's license.
All right, copy that. Mark Jackson probably is 6'3" with sneakers on, with shoes on, maybe.
He played 7 years with the Knicks, man. He's a Knick. He played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the Pacers. So yeah, he's a Knick. That's his longest tenure he played with.
We drafted him.
I just look at him in his prime years. He played with the Pacers, bro.
Yeah, but if you ask him, I don't think he'll say he a Pacer. Being from Queens,
New York.
Yeah, I think Mark is because Mark is not 6'1". When I seen him, I'm 6 feet, and I know he had a couple inches on me.
Yeah, I'm a Knicks fan. Mark Jackson. Oh, I don't know. His known years was playing against us. I agree, Julian. Seems that way. We drafted Mark Jackson, though. Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Drafted this guy.
Yeah, he was Rookie of the Year with New York. You can't take all that away. Mark he gonna eventually get to the Hall. He's the third leading assist man. He was.
Yeah, he should already be in there, bro.
Yeah, but he'll eventually get there.
Yeah, he'll get the call. But yeah, man, I saw that dude. He signed an autograph for me in Newport Center, right? And he stood up, and I was sitting next to him for a picture. And in the picture, bro, I got him by like 4 inches. So if he's 6'5", I'm 6'9", bro.
We'll settle at 6'3", but he's not 6'1". Because like I said, I'm 6 feet, and he was a bit more taller than me, and I've seen him on a couple of occasions.
Right. And just like Allen Iverson is listed at 6 foot, bro. If he's 6 foot, me and Culley are 6 foot.
He about 5'10".
About 5'9". Yeah, somewhere in there. Yeah. Because
when we seen him, my girl at the time was taller than him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, we got a question from Mike Johnson. What Knick, if he stayed a Knick and developed to his fullest potential, would have pushed us over the edge for a chip in the 90s?
I don't think it was something that we needed to develop. I think that if we had kept Xavier McDaniel and didn't get Charles Smith, because we was on the cuffs that year. We just took them to 7 weeks, and we just beat Detroit. And then and then we had that first year against them. Man, we was on the verge. It wouldn't have been no Michael Jordan if they would have kept Xavier McDaniel, because they would have never got there.
Right. And Rob, and the other thing too that people forget is people forget that our point guards always got hurt. You remember Doc Rivers got hurt, Mark Jackson got hurt. So we got point guards that always got hurt, and we was rolling in with cats named Charlie Ward and dudes like that playing big minutes. I mean, one year we had to trade for Derek Harper in the middle of the season. You remember that?
Yeah.
Mark played more years with Knicks than Pacers. Sometime when he asked Tibbs if he ever traded for a stretch five, he responded with we already got our stretch five with Future and Taj. Loved X-Man on Seattle and NYK. Xavier McDaniel. No comment. Not on you, E. Gibson. I'm just talking about Xavier Daniel as a player. I don't know.
Man, look, we gave Scottie Pippen fits.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I like them so.
And then the right next thing, you see what happened when they made that. He had the heart of Oakley, but with a better skill set.
We traded him, right? Then we trade him.
No, we wouldn't pick him back up. He was gonna sign with us for he wanted to sign for $4 million for a couple, in the Knicks, they went another direction. After everything, he was scoring down in the clutch. He was scoring down the wire.
Mm-hmm.
He had Michael Jordan almost smacking Scottie Pippen up in the middle of the game. Get your head in the game. He caught catching migraines. He had Scottie Pippen was glad he was gone.
And that was the golden era of small forwards, when every team had a small forward that could score.
Yeah.
And we could put Xavier McDaniel and lock them down. Bro, I remember Dominique Wilkins wanted to fight him. Dominique Wilkins had 9 points in the fourth quarter, and he was leading the NBA in scoring.
Mm-hmm. He was a beast.
Yeah, Dominique Wilkins was killing the scoring. I will say that.
Yep. Alex English was. Yep.
Hey, look, I read this little article about last week. They said Larry Bird walked up to Bernard King after he signed with the Wizards. After he left and he went to the Wizards, He walked up to Bernard King. He said, "Man," he said, "F you, man. You cost me a ring." Because they wanted him in Boston. And walked away. It just walked away just like that on the court.
King?
Yeah, Larry Bird.
I'm laughing. I'm sorry. I'm looking at an old play when Larry Johnson set a screen on he set an invisible screen on X-Men, and X-Men fell. It was just funny because X-Men was picking on Del Curry. He's picking on Del Curry, and here come Larry Johnson, and then it was just funny. Oh man, the 90s was some stuff, boy. I tell you, this was the 93 playoffs.
They was having on oh, it was the podcast. Oh yeah, earlier today they was talking about that there are no rivalries, that everybody are friends. Free Keith and them was saying. I was listening to it at work. I don't agree, because New York fans make rivalries. Players don't. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna come up there in the Garden. Now that we hate Trae Young, he can't never come in the Garden. You bet not shake Trae Young's hand in the Garden. Doing play, boy, you get your head handed to you. Because the fans ain't going for it. They might say, "Look, Trae, I got to check you out later, because right now, you ain't getting ready to get me killed."
Yeah, I'm looking at X-Men. I'll look at this later, though.
Oh, yeah. X-Men was that deal.
I just want to see some comments. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see the comments. Oh, okay. I see it. The first comment I was looking for. Knicks should have kept them. Rewatched that 92 Eastern Conference semi game against the Bulls.
It was a no-brainer.
Yeah, the biggest mistake the Knicks back then was letting X-Men walk, put the fear of God in Pippen in the 92 playoffs. Oh, you said it. Was it you or Freezy that just said it just now?
We both said it.
It was you. You said it.
Uh-huh.
Freezy only 5'7". Wait, it was you that said it, though, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Now that they had Mason to take his place, I think X was a
y'all know how much I love Pat Ewing, right? Everybody know how much I love Pat. That ain't even up for debate. But at the same time, they was trying to sign X-Man and some other people. Pat Ewing was wanting a pay raise because Olajuwon had just got paid and was the highest paid center in the NBA.
Yeah, Pat was selfish like that.
Somebody said X-Men better than Charles Smith.
Man, it wasn't even close.
Why did the Knicks do that stupid mess? You don't even know, right, Rob?
Why did they do it? Because I think that was Pat Riley. Pat Riley brought them West Coast players in like it was going to be. He didn't have the grasp on the East as it got. Because he was just fresh off the West Coast. So after that, he thought that he can open up the offense more and scoring to be more easier. But East Coast basketball wasn't like that.
He was fresh off the Lakers.
They didn't care if he was running. You come flying through, they taking you out the air.
Somebody said X-Men. It was like AD. The Knicks fumbled the situation with X-Men. Made quiet money. Okay. I see what you mean. He just came from playing with Pat Riley. Just came from playing with the Lakers.
Yeah,
coaching the Lakers. Showtime. Like he was always
he tried to insert that West Coast kind of play on the East, but the East wasn't having it.
We was more slow the game down type.
We're gonna bust you upside your head.
Smack you upside your damn head. Coming to the East, coming to the paint with that nonsense. Yeah, I'm just looking at the comments. It was such a mistake to lose X-Men in 92. They scared the ish out the Bulls, took them to game 7. In 93, the Knicks went down to 6. X-Men was much stronger. I'll go out on the limb and say my Bulls probably wouldn't have the 3rd ring We were near dead in Game 5. Phil was holding his head, and then Smith missed 1.5. He missed 1 for 2 free throws, and then Smith stripped. Smith stopped. Smith stopped again. What happened? What did Smith do? Charles
He
Smith?
was up, man. Look,
He-
he up there under the basket with all of that, man. I think 3 different players blocked that shot. First Grant got it, then Pippen got it, then Jordan got it, and then he went up with that up fake and just didn't go up strong. Went up like a West Coast player. If he would have went up for the dunk,
If he
he
had
would have
that
got the foul.
had that New York energy, but he'd try to smack somebody going up. Mike Johnson said, "Who is the biggest what if story? Maybe Nick Anderson, maybe the Knicks, Ewing. It's a few of them. Jay Williams, Jay Williams after the Michael Jordan era. Yeah, injury wise, I really like Brandon Roy. You could say Grant Hill, T-Mac Rose. You could say a few of them. Penny Hardaway. The whole team got it. Man, I can't wait for Mitch to play. We play tomorrow. Play Saturday, which technically is tomorrow.
Cully,
No, I think we play Friday,
Cully.
right?
What happened for you?
Yeah, we play today.
We play
How
today.
you gonna say the biggest what if story and you name all them dudes and you don't say Lynn Bias? Come on, bro.
Guys, God rest his
Come
soul.
on, big dog.
No, but it say due to injury of lack of work ethic.
Yeah, Lynn Bias.
I was gonna say.
Lynn Bias was cooking Michael Jordan. And what's the other dude? What's the dude that died in Chicago that got shot? He got shot.
Ben. What's his name?
He wore number 25, just like how Rose.
Benji. What was his name?
Williams. Benji Williams. Was it Benji Williams?
I don't know if it was Williams, but I know it was Benji.
And Derrick Rose.
That was Nick Anderson's man.
Yes, and he was, 25. Let me see. Let me type it in. Let me see. Benji. Let me just type it in real quick. Wilson. Benji Wilson. Okay.
Yeah, Wilson.
Benji Wilson. Another one.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. The greatest basketball player I ever seen in my life is Lynn Bias, bro. The greatest player. Yep. The greatest. I'm telling. I saw him. His team was losing to NC State at the half, and NC State pointed at him and was like, "Yeah, we got you, man. Y'all down by 23. We gonna cruise." And Lynn Bias scored 30 points in the second half, took the game to overtime, and took over and scored all 6 points in overtime. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, you ain't seen like what LeBron is, like 6'8", 240. LeBron, what, 250, whatever they say he is. Bro, Lynn Bias was that first.
Yeah, but Lynn Bias didn't have the handle like LeBron. He ain't had that handle.
That was back then, though. So yeah, but he was a monster.
Yeah, about 6'8", 220.
Bro, but LeBron didn't have his jumper going to the basket either. I mean, this dude, Lynn Bias was something. Lynn Bias was special, bro.
Greg Oden was a bum.
Yeah, Lynn Bias was tough.
Let me not say that. Let me not be ignorant.
No, Lynn Bias was special, man.
No, Lynn Bias was good.
Yeah. The other biggest what if, and I'm gonna say this and y'all gonna laugh, but I don't know if y'all remember watching Sam Bowie at Kentucky.
Yes.
Sam Bowie at Kentucky. The only if he didn't have all those lower foot injuries, bro, that dude would have been.
Man, bro. But Georgetown slayed them.
You could say Sam. You could say same thing with Drazen. I mean, he died, but Drazen. Drazen Petrovic, he died. But
yeah, you're talking about Drazen Petrovic. Yeah,
he was becoming a monster. You could name a few. What if Magic Johnson played one more year when Kobe got drafted? Didn't he retire the year right before, 95? That's one you could make up. Shaq came over there in 96. Kobe got drafted 96. You could speculate that one. What if? There's a few what ifs. What if Kobe? What if what was I gonna say? You could do the finger roll. You could do the John Starks. You could do a few of them. A lot of them falls on the Knicks. There's a few that fall on the Knicks. Oh, you could do the Michigan with Chris Webber. In a timeout. No? Nobody agrees? Okay. You could do the what if with Chris Webber in the timeout. A few.
Hey, Freezy. Hey, tell Cornerstone I got him one. I heard his cry for help.
Okay. I'll do that.
All right.
Where am I going to mix this shit?
Hey, fellas, I'm going to have to sign off. I got a little work to do. But Freezy, I'm going to get at you tomorrow. I'm back now.
All right,
y'all brothers take it easy.
Brother, you be easy, man.
All right, boss.
All right, peace to the chat.
All right, bro.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah, we on some freezy stuff lately, man. Freezy said he won't play for the Knicks.
Hey, Sub, you all right, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just going down memory lane. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what's your feeling on RJ Barrett now?
Man, I mean, he's taking that leap. He's taking that Batman, that Robin role to Batman. So, I mean, we see him taking the best defensive wing, and he's up for the challenge. Those things that he said he was going to work on. He said he was going to work on finishing at the basket and working on his handles and getting tighter. I don't see either one of those things happening or coming to fruition. So, I mean, there's other elements to his game. I finally saw a post up. He was posting up Beal. So, I mean, that was nice to see. He's adding a little bit more to his bag, but that finishing at the rim or just we see him creating that contact, but we need that percentage at the free. If he's not going to make those bunnies, then he at least has to get those free throw percentages up. So, yeah, I mean, we have a whole year to get that going, and I mean, I ain't mad at him, but we'll see. He's still giving you those points. I mean, he was averaging a little over 17 last year, so he's up there. He's right around the same 18, 19. So, I mean, can't really say nothing too bad about RJ. I mean, at least he didn't go backwards. Yeah, but as far as All-Star, like Culley brought up, I just don't feel like he's going to make the All-Star right now. Maybe in a couple of years, but like I said, it's a popularity contest, and unless he gets voted in by, like Randall did, by the coaches, I can see maybe that happening. Or I don't know, they just be hating. They just be hating on RJ, which he said he likes being the underdog. He likes the hate. He loves the hate. So I think he just only adds fuel to the fire. Yeah. What about you? Nobody?
Freeze. What was the question? What do you think about RJ?
Yeah, just what do we think about RJ?
Yeah, RJ's gonna take that leap. I hope so. Like I said it already. He makes them layups. He already can shoot. I mean, I think he'll be a good defender. If he can do that, if he can make the layups, be a good defender, knock down the shots, maybe create a dribble, he'll look like a complete player. He'll look like a very complete player.
I feel like RJ's a underrated, passer, because he shows a little bit of the pocket passes and the wraparound passes and the hook passes. He just shows a little bit of different ways of how he passes the ball and how he's a willing passer. So with the game opening up and the spacing on the floor, I feel like he'll average around 6 assists this year. And a lot of those, are other people's fault, like the centers. Even Sims missed one of those wraparound passes. So hopefully, when Mitch and Noel's come back, they're ready for it. They're ready for those wraparounds. But,
I think Mitch will be ready. Yeah, I think they'll be ready for those wraparounds. Yeah, he'll look like once he starts. Like I said, once he starts completing those bunnies, he'll look complete, man. He could already shoot. He could take you off the dribble, and yeah, he'll look like a complete type of player. And a lot of people can't say ish about him, so we'll see. A lot of people can't talk the ish about him that they do. Yeah, but low-key, RJ been a turnover machine. Yeah, I mean, in the preseason, yes. Granted, in the preseason, he may be a little rusty. He's getting used to new teammates. RJ will be all right, man. He'll get it together. He'll be all right, and he'll get them turnovers out the way. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he didn't look that great going up against your boy that you wanted, Josh Jackson.
Right.
And
He didn't look great against Josh Jackson. It actually made Josh Jackson look more like appealing. Actually, I was watching that.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, he'd be a good defender, good athletic player.
He had that one play where he tried to yam it on Josh, and he wasn't having it.
Would you trade Kevin Knox for him?
What'd you say, Freezy?
Would you trade Kevin Knox for Josh Jackson?
Yes. Right now. Oh no, you don't agree. I would trade Kevin Knox right now. Josh Jackson is what, 6'8", 6'9", could defend, athletic. He had a good game. Yeah, I guess he had a stellar game the other day. Yes, I would. Because that's what we need. We need 6'9" wing, exactly. 6'9" wing. We need a defender on the wing, and that's what we need. Outside of RJ, we need another one. We don't need just one. We're not okay with one. RJ might still be short. He might still be 6'6", 6'7". We need another one that could defend. So maybe you could put him in next to RJ and cause hell on the perimeter. Every teams have guys like that. Celtics have Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Marcus Smart. Whatever else defenders they have. Those guys are athletic and can they can disrupt the player on the wing. We need to do that too. Bulls don't have a guy like that. Bulls, Pacers don't either. Let me not think about other teams, but Knox for who, Culley? Josh Jackson, right now. We need a 6'9" wing to defend. I don't care about offense. I give up Knox and a first for Cam. I wouldn't say a first, but I give up Knox for Cam right now. Right now. I want to see a nice tall guy defending other wings. That's it. Then we're complete, and then that's that. That's all I want to see.
Whose
spot would he take though, Burks? No, yeah, he could take Obi. He could take because who comes off the bench? Was it Burks? Probably Burks. The guy gonna have to defend. He gonna have to come in and defend. Probably Burks. Jordan competition was not as good as this generation. You can't say that tough LeBron is all year around better than Jordan. Jordan is perfect in the finals.
I don't think he takes Burks' spot. Burks is a solid vet who pretty much does everything good and not great. He's a willing defender. He gets deflections, a block here and there. I mean, he's just very active. Whether it's being on, he's very active on the court. Period. Whether he's getting the ball or not, he's always getting in those angles and getting deflections, or he's at the 3-point line ready to shoot, or he's penetrating to the hoop. I mean, he does. he's just good at everything he does, and he could be a microwave scorer if we need it. So with those other guys, the Josh Jacksons and the Cams, they're just too inconsistent offensively.
No, I don't think he's better than Burks. However, for his purpose, in his role, I would like him for his role. Burke is a bucket. However, I do want to see somebody defending them wings. That's just me, but there will be no point. Quickly has his spot. Burks has his spot. Obi got his. He should have his. And Noel got his. And D Rose got his. So be it. It's on Tibbs. This season is on Tibbs all the way. It's on Tibbs. It's on him to make adjustments, make the rotations, all that stuff. So this is on him. That's who it's really on. It's not really on the players. The players are going to commit. I think they'll commit, to the team scheme. They're going to come together to try to win, just like last season, when the players grew trust for each other. I think it's going to be like that. However, it's going to fall on the coach in the end. What are you going to do to elevate this team? When we meet a stopgap, we hit a hump in the playoffs, or what are you going to do to elevate? You can't be stubborn and say, "Oh, I'm going to go with this," and we lose badly. Like I said, it's going to get a point where we tired of winning. So we're going to see.
Hey, Culley, I got to get out of here, man. My phone about to die, yo.
No, it's all right, brother. It's all right.
Yeah, my phone about to die. Hey, Sub, it's been real as usual, bro.
Yes, yeah, same here. I mean, I wish I could have been there with y'all earlier. You know what I'm saying? Y'all putting double duty. And
yeah, man.
Yeah, I just had to work. And there'll be other times, yeah. I'm saying there'll be other times.
There'll be other times. Maybe we can do it on the weekend one day or something.
All right, yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Well, I'll send you my schedule so you know what it looks like now.
Yeah, man. Hey, no doubt. Hey, Culley, you cool if we end it right here?
I'm cool, brother. I was nice speaking to the chat. Yo, chat, thank you for tuning in. And my man Sub, my God, Sub, we rocked out. And
salute to the panel. Salute to the chat. See y'all fellas next week and ladies.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
All right, y'all.
All right. Well,
All right, y'all.
peace.
All right, peace.